Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys being here with me tonight. It's Sunday. Got to get back to it, man. Got a lot to talk about, man. Knicks are moving, man. By the way, anybody who could guess this song or knows this song, I'll give you $1. I'll cash app you $1 if you know about this. But y'all know about this. Y'all too young for this. About this gloriousness right here, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. Always ever patient with me. Let me see. Can you guys see this? Oh, no, so let me get the StreamYard up. So kills me. Who's right in the chat, man? Oh, golly, I got. They said cold mistake in the track. Cold mistake? Nah, ain't no what? Anyway, Knicks is nice. Salute my guy. He says, salute Gmo Legion fam. Salute my guy, Jeremy McIver. Salute as always, madam. Nice to see you guys. So we let a first round lottery pick go for second round picks, and we got a bag of peanuts. We're gonna talk about that. MH, my guy, as always. Let me say something about MH, man. This is why I appreciate guys like MH, man. This dude is always sending me, posting up stuff, telling me what other channels, other people are doing to kind of be like, yo, I know you busy, but I need you to put out content, man. And that always inspires me. It's like, damn, man, I got a lot of stuff that I'm doing. And it's not no excuses, but you know what I mean? MH is always putting a battery in my back to be like, yo, you better not be you slacking. What's good? So I appreciate you, my guy, MH, man. Always looking out for me. I see the impetus you're always trying to put in me. Pause. To do more and more for this channel despite the situation. So I appreciate you, my guy. Let me see. David L says salute all Knicks fans. Let me see. Can you guys hear me? Make sure you guys hear me. Hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. JJ, my guy. And the phone line should be open. Let me make sure they're open. Y'all don't know about this. Is this the right app? Please tell me it's the right app. You guys definitely should call in whenever you want to. Make sure I got the right username and everything. Alright, hold up. Now I gotta go back into my actual kind of passcode for Nextiva. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Just trying to find. All right, that's the password. No, that's son. No. No, what is this? My next team. I'm trying to sign into this damn thing, and I thought I was putting the password. No. All right. It's gonna be wrong password. Forgot username. Oh my gosh, son. Hold on. Let me just. Okay. That should be it. And we good. All right. Sorry about that. JJ, salute my guy, says Isaiah Roby grabbing 4 boards, 10 minutes, easy living. Yeah, he will definitely be considered as the backup 4 for the team. We're going to talk about that as well, too. Talk about some of the production from RJ Barrett. You know, obviously, Tom Thibodeau spoke about RJ Barrett being possibly playing at the 4 position after that Hawks game last season. So definitely could be a possibility. We are going to have an undersized team, but it'll be interesting to see how Tom Thibodeau, 1, keeps up the rebounding, 2, at least has enough scoring in small lineups so where you don't have to have as much rebounding prowess, to basically get second chance opportunities, prevent the team from basically throwing the ball out and just going transition on us, as we've seen against teams like the Miami Heat. Done to us in the playoffs. So there's a lot of things you need when going small, and obviously having Obi Toppin here, it wasn't too coached because he just wasn't able to do certain things that you need when you have a guy like Randall playing the 5. I remember this beat. You don't know this beat, son. Chill out, man. So y'all know this beat. J. Rue, salute my guy. David L. Yes, I do like the Dante DiVincenzo pick. This is something that we've talked about on this channel. A player that I talked about as one of the free agents coming to the Knicks using the MLE. We talk about him, talk about Brown. By the way, interesting signing by the Wizards, bringing in not Wizards, excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank now. Was it Detroit? I signed him with the team option as well too. Am I going crazy? Hold on. I am going crazy. I am legit going crazy. He signed for, I said Detroit, my bad, the Pacers. Why the hell did I say Detroit? It's that same Midwest crap. But anyway, so told the people in Indiana and Detroit, my bad. But yeah, he signed for Indiana. I think it was a 3-year deal with a team option. At the end, or was it a 2-year deal? Oh no, 2-year deal, $45 million. But I think there's a team option in year 2. So essentially a lot. Look, it's going to most likely be a flip because look, the Pacers want to. There have been talks about the Pacers. Carlisle, he wants to compete, essentially as soon as possible. But that's not it. Look, they were cheating in the 5th spot at some time last year. Is that a team that you look at and say, oh yeah, it's repeatable? Look, they re-signed Halliburton to a max. Mathurin, they still got some players that got to develop. They were looking for a 4 in the draft, looking for a 4 to basically provide them a little bit more offense. They're looking at guys like Leonard Miller. They ended up picking Jarace Walker, who I think is going to be an excellent addition from Houston, even though you wouldn't call him an offensive force, kind of like a souped-up jack-of-all-trades type of player, but really good defense, very disciplined player, can impact the game without having to score. So to me, I think that Bruce Brown will definitely be, at the very worst, he's a rental that you can probably trade off to a contender. He might go right back to the Nuggets. Just joking, but that's a guy that you have a lot of leverage in his contract. He can fit any playoff team. So even if he doesn't work out, you could get a late or protected first for him. So I think it's smart business by the Pacers. They had the cap. Works out perfectly for them. They need some veteran presence on that team to help guys like Halliburton. They had a relatively young team. No real help in the front court. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in Indiana, especially Halliburton signed that contract. By the way, for all the people on Twitter who said that Obi Toppin was better than Halliburton, this thing I don't like about certain Knicks fans. It's like, you could like whatever team you want or whatever player you want, excuse me. But it's like when y'all go overboard to try to say that because this guy's a draft pick, he's better than such and such. Like, it's such homerisms. It's disgusting. Y'all did it with Frank Ntilikina. And by the way, I was a Frank Ntilikina fan. But it came to a conclusion. There was I don't want to say epiphany, but there was a revelation that this guy was not going to be it. Got hurt all the time. I don't think he took his conditioning seriously. I don't think he took improving his game seriously. He came in, had defensive prowess because of the wingspan, was the best pick and roll guarder at the guard position his rookie year. But bro, the dude was not serious about his game. Let's be honest. That's what Knicks fans love to do, man. We got to stop doing this. Halliburton is he's a way better player than Obi Toppin, even if they got the same amount of minutes. Way more skillful player, way more useful player. Everybody sees this, but some Knicks fans. So I'm not trying to bash Obi Toppin. It is what it is, but we're gonna get to that real quick. So everybody in the chat said, Gmo, what's for dinner? A lot, man. We got a lot to cook up, man. It's like when your mom came back from work or your father came back from work and you thought, someone's gonna cook, and he brought the whole entree home. So you're like, oh my gosh, get all this food. Yeah, it was a potluck at the office today, man. They were able to bring some food, some I was about to say Nigerian dish, some jollof rice, some oxtail, some rasta pasta. You got the what's that thing that not Guatemalans. I think what's that thing? The cheese. Where they put, it's 2 things of starch and they put the cheese in between. They sell at a lot of fairs. Very popular South American dish. Damn, I'm forgetting the damn dish. But yeah, we have a lot to talk about today, man. Mets 2-2, my guy, salute. Almighty Finesse, I love that name, my guy, salute. How you? Knicks are nice. Salute. Kerry Cox in the building, salute, my guy. Coach Sire 617, Hart and Brunson need to work on Ingram, Jackson, and Bridges. Yes, by the way, Josh Hart has been named to the USA team for the summer, which is really interesting. He's going to have guys like Mikal Bridges. Obviously, Jalen Brunson is going to be there as well, too. Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be there. That's another player I think the Knicks should be. I know he has an injury history, but that's a guy that you talking about replacing Rand. Jaren Jackson Jr. would be a beast for the Knicks. I'm forgetting some of the other names that are. Oh, Anthony Edwards is going to be on the team as well, too. It's a 12-man roster. Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Anthony Edwards, Jaren Jackson Jr. Is Halliburton there? Let me see. USA team, NBA. So it's not really NBA's Team USA, but Team USA basketball roster. Oh, Jason Tatum. Oh, yeah, Jason Tatum, Paolo Banchero. No, not Tatum, my bad. Hold on. Let me just make sure. Paolo Banchero, Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Halliburton, Josh Hart will be there, Brandon Ingram, Jaren Jackson Jr., Cam Johnson, who just signed a big deal, Walker Kessler. Some guy, he surprised me. I'll give it Walker Kessler that rookie year, bro. He's something serious, man. Bobby Portis and Austin Reeves as well, too, who also just signed, I think, was it a 4-year, $50-something million deal? His contract, so Team USA is going to be fun to watch, man. And again, this is a major time for the Knicks, these players, to do some heavy recruiting, right? We hope Randall would have done it in the All-Star game, didn't really come to any fruition. I just think Randall's kind of like an introvert. Not saying that it was all on him, that even if he tried, we would have gotten it, but I just think he's just one of these introverted types. But you have Brunson, you have Hart there. You have guys who could basically sell other players on what the Knicks are trying to do, right? For other people to say, oh, Tom Thibodeau has this air about himself, or people don't want to come and play from, which I don't think is the case. You have these guys who go up there and kind of soften up some people's perspectives. Say, hey, come, we're trying to build something here. Josh Hart, very unselfish player. Brunson, up-and-coming guard. I don't want to say up-and-coming guard, but I don't know how you called Brunson, but a 25-year-old who's worked his way up. It's like what he did is not, how can I put it? What he did last year was not it wasn't surprising, but it wasn't expected, if that makes sense. It wasn't like crazy surprising, like, oh, he couldn't do this, but it wasn't, but it was unexpected. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't think it was going to have that good of a season, but it's not like anything he did was like, okay, if he gets the minutes, like, he couldn't do it. If that makes any sense. Possible, not probable in some people's minds. That's probably the best way to put it. I don't know how else to put it. IQ from Mikal Bridges, the first rounder. We're going to talk about it too, man. IQ, some guys gonna be out, man. It is what it is. Let me see. Let me get through this so I get to the rest. Get to the show. Hit the likes. That's all I ask for. I don't ask for no money. Don't gotta be no money, none of that. IQ wants $18 to $20 million a year. He might get with this. You know what's weird about this offseason? What happens with every CBA, or it seems with CBA, right? So with this new CBA, and I want to talk about this. I want to break down and talk about the CBA for one show. Interesting about the CBA is that they added in, or basically adding, like, not a smoothing clause, but they basically preventing teams from having these huge spikes in the cap, right? That allowed, the Golden State Warriors to sign KD that year when the CBA was redone. Essentially, a cap smoothing, right? That the cap can only move up by 10% every year. And what I think the NBA is trying to do is, one, kind of push away from the super teams, or like super teams, kind of like the star stacking, like just kind of out of control star stacking that we saw before. And then they're also basically trying to, not say they're just basically trying to mitigate these huge jumps in contracts, right? These bloated, overrated, I don't say overrated, but overpaid contracts. They're trying to get away from that. And this new CBA has not stopped that whatsoever. This new CBA is not doing that whatsoever. But teams are trying to sign their homegrown talents, lock them in early on. Baines just signed a max deal with the Grizzlies. Was it a max, or was it 5-year, 205 deal with the Grizzlies? I believe that's the max. Not 5 years, 4. Let me just make sure. Desmond Bane contract. Yeah, 5-year, $207 million contract. But that should be the highest paid contract for a Grizzly player, because I don't remember any Grizzlies players getting paid crazy money. Why is my face so oily and fat? What the hell? Damn. So yeah, the new CBA has not really prevented that. You've seen some outsized contracts, and the Lakers, I don't know where the hell they got all this money from, but it is what it is. But yeah, let me get to the rest of these comments and we start the show. So I remember the song. I forgot the artist. Come on, man. Come on, man. Okay, let me give it to you like this. One clue. This artist sang in a underrated classic with AZ based off the Training Day video. That's too easy now, man. That's too easy. That's too easy. If you're a real hip hop head, Mike, bro, it's too easy. It's too easy, Mike Morgan. It's too easy. I can't give you no more details other than that. Grim, I said we should bite the bullets and sign that Thug Miles Bridges. Now I'm good on that, bro. I'm good on that, man. Look, Tom Thibodeau and his coaching staff, they're trying to get these high character players. I'm not saying it's the only way they should go, but you bring in a guy like Miles Bridges, especially in New York, everything is going to get exacerbated. Everything's going to get maximized. His whole life is going to get scrutinized. They're going to bring it back up. You know somebody's going to try to ask those questions in a meeting. I'm not saying that he's not a good player or he doesn't deserve a second chance, but why bring on unnecessary baggage? Why bring on unnecessary attention to us when we're trying to build something here that mostly has to do with basketball? We don't need all the distractions. We don't need all the bad attention, bro. It is what it is. It says, talk to him, Gmo. What's up with this 6'4" squad? Kevin Middleton, salute. Dag Gmo, your face looks greasy and full. Yeah, it does, bro. I don't know what the hell this is, son. I have no idea. Oh, you know what? Oh, let me plug my man's... Hold on. Let me plug my man's... Look at this. Bum ass door. Anyway. Sorry, let me plug my man's... I'm going to plug my man's product. This is why I put on my face. That's why I'm so oily in the face. It's for your beard, but it does make your skin work really well. My brother Rich Roots Sampson, ball with this dude, man. Friend of a friend who became a friend. Good dude. Very smart guy, man. Rich Roots, go get this out. I'll put his IG link on the chat. If you see his beard, it is scary, ridiculous. Like, the dude grew it out. It's crazy. So I'm telling you, I've been trying this, bro. Look, I don't know. I got the pore pierce still, but it does make your face feel good. It does smell great. Works really well. All natural products. So go check this out. I'm about to put the link in the chat. Rich Roots, please go check out my guy Samson. Does some great work. He's out in Brooklyn, by the way. If you see him in Bedside, he'd be at fairs and be on the not on the street, but he'd be at a lot of events. So please go check him out. I'm gonna put the link in later down the line on the show. It says stop eating them chicken wings, Gmo. Yo, my face said, Dag, your face looks greasy. People don't realize Brunson's younger than Macau. He said, Gmo, stop eating them chicken wings. I've been healthy, bro. I don't know why my face is like this, son. It looks puffy. I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, don't forget the family photo. All right. Trade for Dame, but keep Brunson. By the way, I'm not scared of Dame in Miami. The guy is at the tail end of his prime, not his career, of his prime. Provides no defense. I think Dame is chasing ghost. I think that Dame Lillard got enamored with the whole trying to be an elite guard in the West when Steph Curry come on the scene. You had Chris Paul before him. And Dame Lillard, I felt like he always felt, because he played in Portland, he didn't go to a big major school. I think he's always felt like, I've been overlooked and people don't respect my game. And I think that he fell in love with Dame time. I'm sorry. I watch Portland. Dame Lillard is one of my favorite players to watch offensively. But ever since even the bubble, bro, when they got swept by the Pelicans a few years before that, got beat by the Warriors, and they went into the bubble. They played the Lakers. Your man Dame Lillard, go back to game one of that series between him, Blazers and the Lakers, and your man Dame was chucking up shots. They won that first game. They lost the series. Your man Dame was just trying to do Dame time to try to be that guy. It didn't work, and I think he's been so enamored. He's been so deluded into having this chase with him and Curry. Like, bro, that's not you. So to me, I'm not scared. And then they lost Max Strus, who kills us from the left wing. I don't know what they put in the water for Max Strus. The dude couldn't miss against us from the left wing. They lost Gabe Vincent, who I'm telling you, Gabe Vincent gave us defensive nightmares. Not nightmares. He gave us defensive issues against our guards. I'm telling you, a team like that, you take away the defensive identity, you need an uber dominant. Not uber. I think you need a dominant scorer to kind of offset that loss in defense. If you don't have it, bro, I'm not gonna. You can't sit up there and say, "Oh, they're gonna be." I'm just not scared of them like that. Then Caleb Martin too. You talking about? He said JB abused Gabe. That's not true, bro. That's not true. Clarence DeRace. That's not necessarily true. JB had some games where he struggled against Gabe Vincent, bro. There were times like, for instance, there's a reason why. Was it game 2 that we won when we got Gabe Vincent out the game with the foul trouble? They did that on purpose to get him out the game, bro. They did that on purpose, which is very smart. Salute to Nino Black. Salute, my guy. He said, why Dame shit on us? Never listed Knicks as destination. I don't want Dame, bro. Do y'all know that? Do y'all see that contract he has? I understand new CBA, new TV coming in to do a TV deal, so contract's going to go up. But Dame Lillard is not the guy the Knicks should be selling out for right now. And think about it now. Even the Blazers are like, yo, we're not going to sell this guy for anything less. We don't care if he wants to go to the Heat. We're going to decide what we want to do. And they want picks, and they probably want a player back. Bro, like that's way too much, man. That's way too much. So I'm going to Dame Lillard stuff, man. Let's get started, man. Let me get started on this. So obviously the first news that we're going to get to, Josh Hart. Oh, I got the Dante DiVincenzo thing up here. Trying to be fancy. Messed up my whole style right now, man. Josh Hart opts in for the 2023-2024 season, allowing us to, or better prepare us to use that MLE, the full extension of the MLE as he opted in versus him coming out the deal, and then we had to use the MLE before we extend him. But him opting allows us to extend him on a deal. So maybe there's some sweetheart agreement where it's like, hey, look, we need you to opt in. We're trying to build something here. We're going to resign you. And this is a year you could argue he could have went for a big payday, Josh Hart. You know, there are discussions about, oh, Bruce Brown's going to be with the Knicks, whatnot. In many regards, you could argue that him and Bruce Brown, not to say they mirror each other's game. I think Bruce Brown's probably a better scorer. Probably a better ball handler. Josh Hart, obviously, I think is a better defender, a better rebounder, I can't even say glue guy because Bruce Brown was playing center for the Nets. Bruce Brown was playing off the pick. He was playing off the screen game. He was a freaking zone breaker for the Nets. Then he plays for the Denver Nuggets. Had that clutch rebound in the finals. He had some clutch plays in the finals, some big shots. He's a do-it-all type of guy, bro. So, I mean, they would serve similar purposes. I think Bruce Brown probably would have gotten away of, say, an IQ more than, say, a Josh Hart will. Because you can, Bruce Brown can operate the ball a little bit more than, say, a Josh Hart. But I think what Josh Hart, is doing for us, man, the perfect glue guy for the Knicks. And we haven't really had great glue guys for a while. Guys who are selfless, guys who understand the game of who understand on a high level. Why do I have... This thing rained and now I got all these freaking... flies outside. What the hell? So yeah, Josh Hart opting in. Obviously, the season. I mean, look, the numbers itself are not going to pop out. To the efficiencies were ridiculous. By the way, he did average around 10 points a game, 51% from the field, around 51.9% from three, which again is split the season between here and the Portland Trailblazers. Shot around 79% from the free throw line, 7 rebounds a game, was first in all contested total rebounds for guards at 2.4 a game, 3.6 assists a game, as well as 1.4 steals per game. Had some clutch games. Had his debut I think was against the Brooklyn Nets. He had the Pelicans game as well too. He had the Utah game as well. Let me show the highlights. Let me know if y'all hear the sound playing because I want to get in trouble. But y'all should be able to see this as I'm talking about Josh Hart. So I put this video out on Twitter. Put it to the I'm back. Da-na-na-na-na. Y'all know about that, man. Y'all too young. But anyway, again, just look at limited sample size for him, but everything regarding just being a sieve, or not sieve, but somebody who complements Brunson really well. 46.2% field goal percentage over catch and shoots, 1.38 points per possession, which is elite. 65.1% at the rim, which is elite. Transition offense was ridiculous, 64.3%. 1.11 points per possession, which was like 29% of his possessions, by the way. Elite. Or not elite, but really good. Excellent cutter. Moves well off the ball. 72.2% as a cutter. Elite offensive rebound as well, too. Tied for 5th amongst all guards at 1.1 a field goal offensive rebounds. In terms of finishing off of offensive rebounds, was 14 for 18, 1.526 point per possession, which is dumb elite. But again, very small sample size. But what you're looking for from Josh Hart is a guy who can come in, typically probably going to, well, IQ typically is coming in for RJ Barrett, but you're going to have Josh Hart come in and play some major minutes in terms of, with the younger guys, RJ, IQ, Grimes, come in to set not set the tempo, but basically kind of quell the chaos. Now, in the playoffs, you could argue he was scared. I was a little bit pissed at him. He was scared to shoot the ball, made some stupid mistakes, a lot of turnovers. But that's a guy, you're coming in, you want the rebound. Again, the Knicks have prided themselves on rebounding for the 3 years that Tom Thibodeau's been here. The Knicks have been an elite rebounding team on both ends, elite in terms of second chance opportunities, something that they push out there. So when people say, oh, the Knicks don't have no direction on the court, well, go back and look at what the coach is actually trying to do. Now, I was on the Twitter Spaces yesterday. People crying, oh my gosh, the offense is this and the defense is this. And I'm like, dogs. Well, one thing, because people think that Tibbs done absolutely nothing. Okay, whatever. Defense, even though defense wasn't great last year. And then also controlling the boards on both ends. Now, people will sit up there and praise the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the Cleveland Cavaliers, JB Bickerstaff, has said the same thing. Let's control the rebound. Let's control the boards. Let's control both ends of it. And people gave him praise, and gentlemen swept them in the first round. So why is it not the same in terms of looking at what Tom Thibodeau's doing with these guys? Josh Hart, people talk about, oh, we gave a first rounder from. Granted, I won a first round in this draft too, and I think that we could have probably, once your man Kent Whitmore was dropping, I wish the Knicks would have came back into the first round and said, hey, let's draft this guy. But again, they want to basically have enough space to bring on Dante DiVincenzo, which I think is a mistake in itself in terms of how we look at some of these young players, because you could have went back into the second round as well too and gotten a guy like Maxwell Lewis, my son, and developed that guy for the future. Second rounder, it could be non-guaranteed money. I just think that we made I don't like that approach that we kind of have like this. Let's get these, and I get these high ceiling guys to come in to the squad. But I just think we could be a little bit more experimental in terms of how we shape this roster, especially for the future, because you're going to have a team, especially with this new CBA, is going to be 2 stars, some depth around them, and whatever young players you have who would develop and turn into something. And, we have to start looking ahead and trying to look at some gems. Especially in the second round, especially when guys drop, because Maxwell Lewis is supposed to be a first rounder. Tracy Jackson Davis, but I don't want to get too much in the draft. But Josh Hart, in terms of what he does, is going to be uber important. Now, the thing about it is people on Twitter talking about, we're going to play the small ball 4 with Josh Hart. Well, Josh Hart is not going to be the small ball 4. It's most likely going to be, or the backup 4. Well, you have Isaiah Roby, who we acquired last year. You have Jericho Sims, who is 6'9", played the 5, but could play the 4 as a defensive 4, rebounding, defense in the paint. Also playing out on the perimeter as well too. Could play off the screen game as well too. Do not sleep on Jericho Sims in terms of his lateral quickness on the outside on the perimeter. But remember what Tom Thibodeau said last year, and that was he thinks that RJ Barrett could play at the 4. This was after the Hawks game. I'm trying to remember exactly which game it was so I get the date. But I remember Tom Thibodeau speaking on this. And he spoke about RJ Barrett playing at the 4. Now, when I looked at some of the stats regarding RJ Barrett playing at the 4, according to Clean the Glass, it's actually fairly interesting. So the most successful lineup with RJ Barrett so-called playing at the 4, there were about 70-odd possessions, and the Knicks offensively, now this is, they're different lineups, but offensively, out of all possessions, 79 possessions, not a great sample size, but out of all possessions with RJ Barrett playing at the, I take that back. There were 3 lineups where RJ Barrett played at the 4, and then there were 2 of them that Cam Reddish played at the so-called 4. But those are only the ones where Cam Reddish played at the so-called 4. There's only 3 possessions, so that's really nothing. But just take the other 76 for the 79 possessions, give or take 3, or take away 3. We, in terms of differentials, points per possession, the Knicks were 150.6 points per points per 100 possessions, which was the highest in the league. Ranked, it was the 100th percentile. Offensive differential of plus 29. Our effective field goal percentage wasn't great, 50%, which means we weren't great at shooting the 3. But for every reason, we're good at attacking the ball, attacking to the rim. Turnover percentage was very low, ranked in the 99th percentile. Offensive rebounding too. So we talk about in rebound protecting, 10.1%. 28.9% offensive rebound. Now, the free throw draw rate as well too is strong as well at 52.6%. But the weakness came from defense. Terribly defensively. Points per possession, we gave up 121.6, which was ranked in the 8th percentile, which is terrible. Free throw draw rate, the 0th percentile, 58.5. So that means we were foul prone, we were sloppy. Turnovers, we actually did well. We're 84th percentile at 15.9%, 60%, whatever you want to call it. Effective field goal percentage, 53.1, which is interesting because I would think that lineup, I guess IQ, he's a good perimeter defender. RJ, Quentin Grimes was in one of those lineups. Josh Hart was in one of those lineups. So with RJ Barrett playing there, offensively, it works. Now, defensively is where things go awry. The rebounding sucks. And you know how RJ Barrett, his body, I just believe he's just breaking down. I think he's a young player, but he's just breaking down. He's a stiff player. He needs to do some yoga, needs to loosen up the joints and make that part of his life. Until then, he's kind of a stiff player, and he's going to keep getting hurt. He's just wound up. He's just a wound up type of player. So, it is a really small sample size. I am interested in seeing how Josh Hart fits in a small ball lineup. But again, if it's RJ Barrett at the 4, you need some shooting to make sure you don't need to depend on second chance opportunities. Your offensive rebounding, you don't need as much. You need some knockdown hitters. So is that Dante Divenchenzo? Is it going to be Randall, RJ? In terms of, say, maybe, third quarter lineups or even lineups to close out certain games, is it going to be Randall, RJ Barrett, Dante for the shooting, Brunson, and then Josh Hart as a glue guy? There's a connector between Brunson and some of the other guys when you're talking about swinging the ball around off the dribble drive penetration. You give up a lot on a rebounding end. That's why Obi, not really developing or having certain skills hurts. But, it's a give and take. I will be interested to see how Tom Thibodeau sets the lineups. Now, when I looked at some of the minutes last year, and Sutabai in the chat, man, I appreciate you guys being here. When I looked at some of the minutes last year, right, we always talked about RJ Barrett getting less and less minutes with the arrival of Josh Hart. Fair to say, it's not as black and white as, even I made it seem. It just seems that this freaking gnat is killing me, son. Stupid ass gnat. So minutes when Josh Hart came is around February 10th, 2023. RJ's minutes in the fourth quarter, just fourth quarter stats. RJ went from 8.7 to 7.7 points in the fourth quarter, stayed at 4.5 points a game in the fourth quarters. When you look at field goal percentage, it actually went up from 38.4% to 41.2%. 3-point percentage went up from 25.5% to 36%. Free throw shooting, 75.4% to 80.6%. And plus minus, I know it's a team stat, but it went from negative half, plus minus to plus a half in the plus minus department. So interesting to see that RJ Barrett became a more efficient player is because of more connectivity, having Josh Hart there. Now, there were games where, RJ Barrett was taken out, he'd be hot, and then Tibbs would take him out. But he had some really superlative games where you need him. Now, people said, RJ Barrett, empty stats. Well, what about that Lakers game where he had, 20 points in that half? Or what was it? Second half? How many points he had in that fourth quarter? He won us that game. So it's interesting to see how the lines, and I want to talk about this too, man. Minutes dispersions, not dispersions, distribution. I said dispersions, distribution, for the season. How the minutes going to be divvied up. I was just doing some cursory analysis on some guys. I think for instance, RJ Barrett had about overall 3 less minutes overall, not just the fourth quarter when Josh Hart came over. Quickly averaged 4 more minutes with Josh Hart, and he had a hot second half. So his numbers actually did better. And that's when you start to see Tom Thibodeau kind of shift away from RJ Barrett to IQ. IQ it was just that, I don't say men, but that automatic RJ Barrett is coming out with about 5-6 minutes into the first quarter. IQ's coming in. And like I said, you have a guy like IQ got hot in the second half. You have a guy like Hart who can get the second chance opportunities, kick it out to an IQ of a dribble drive penetration. A guy who could swing the ball around, is very unselfish, will find an IQ when need be. And IQ just has to sit there and just catch and shoot, which he ate off in the regular season. The playoffs, he was trash, but in the regular season, worked out really well for him. So, again, got to do some analysis on exactly some of our best fourth quarter lineups. It's definitely a conversation I want to have. But, Josh Hart, I think, is going to be, again, a really good addition. People said, we need a first this year. But I think Josh Hart, would you rather have a well-coached, unselfish glue guy like Josh Hart? Or would you going out there and possibly possibly flaked on a first. Obviously, you can sit up here and say there are many firsts in this draft that could come in and be plug and play. I don't say there's many, but there are a lot of guys that they need some development. I'm not sure they'll be at Josh Hart's level right now in terms of production. But I didn't mind giving up the first for Josh Hart. I didn't. And I know people might kill me for that. I know everybody wants a shiny new toy every year in the draft. There are a lot of guys who are shiny new toys and they don't develop properly. There are guys right now that I'm seeing right now, for instance, I think Cam Whitmore could possibly be a better player than Amen Thompson. If Amen Thompson doesn't develop his jumper, bro, I'm not sure how dominant he... And I like Amen Thompson. But overtime elite, you're talking about a guy who's learning basketball this late in the game? You're talking about a guy who does not have a knockdown jumper yet? You're talking about a guy who played against overtime elite where that was like trash. I'm sorry. Very unorganized basketball in terms of the competition he faced night out. I'm saying there are a lot of guys that are, we look at them and they flop. Look at Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba just got released by the Lakers. Or let go, not resigned, whatever, by the Lakers. And now's a guy that coming from tech, Mo Bamba is going to be it. People are crying for Mo Bamba who's on the Magic coming to the Knicks. And where's he now? So, I just think that sometimes we look at some of these young players and we think that, oh, man, they're going to be. And I understand there's a future value as well, too. And I agree with you. I think the Knicks should be a little bit more. It should be a little bit more, I would say experimental, but a little bit more forward thinking in how they look at draft prospects. Because, again, Tom Thibodeau's not going to be the coach. He's not going to be the forever coach for this team. You have to start thinking and building for the future. So I'm not against us getting these prospects, but just to think that Josh Hart is a waste of a pick, I don't think that's the case. We had teams here before where guys couldn't make the prop. Bro, y'all remember the Kevin Knox years? The Kevin Knox years. His second year here. Oh, let me say his first year here. Oh, Kevin Knox had a great December. We had guys who could not make the simple passes in transition. We had 2 years, even with Tom Thibodeau first year. Bullock, RJ, these guys, RJ still has tunnel vision on transition plays and fast break plays. Can't make the simple pass. Can't make the swing around, hesitating at the wrong time. I know people might say, Brunson did the same thing too. But Brunson's, I give him a little reprieve. Brunson's different. But we had guys who literally could not make the simple basketball plays, and Josh Hart does so much of that. Very unselfish player. I like the signing, man, and he did it. He's a people's champ for taking that, for opting in and allowing the Knicks to actually use the MLE and build for the future. So, suit to Josh Hart, man, and he's on the Team USA team. That's great visibility for him. The Knicks do. If the Team USA does well this summer, man, and I'm gonna be covering those games, they do well this summer, man. That just puts even more visibility on the team. And you had guys like Embiid. I think he was liking the Josh Hart, the tweet of Josh Hart resigning. And Embiid is a guy I could see the Knicks going after. I don't think the Knicks are done. I'm not sure they're going to be doing anything more this year, but I don't think the Knicks are done in terms of building in the near future, in terms of getting that star. And I think Embiid could be that guy. And Embiid is an unrestricted free agent right now. He hasn't even signed a contract. He's still waiting for what's going to happen with Harden. You take away Harden, they haven't extended Maxey yet, which I guess bodes well for him. They want to bring somebody else. But, Harden, his situation's still in limbo. You had your man Jalen Green, even though Jalen Green and Josh Christopher, what the hell are y'all doing? Anyway, you had your man James Harden getting mad because Jalen Green was like, yeah, he could be good, he could be bad. Look, James Harden thinks this basketball game is freaking a video game, bro. Yeah, he's just so beloved because the owner loves him, blah, blah, blah. Like, dogs. Man, we know your game, son. You're good talent, but we know where your mind is at. I'm not sure you're true winning basketball player in that regard, man. And it seems as if he's probably going to go to the Clippers, but we'll see. But let me move on. We're going to talk about, and by the way, I think the guy that could be, when we talk about Josh Hart, the guy who could be on his way out, to me, most likely is going to be RJ Barrett. I talked about this last year. I think RJ Barrett, I said that, look, the playoffs, he played relatively well outside of three-point shooting. But everything around what the Knicks are trying to do, it just seems as if RJ Barrett is on his way out. The Knicks, again, these high floor guys who can execute 2 or 3 things well. And then you have a gravity player or two in Jalen Brunson and Randall, I guess, technically. I don't know if I really call him a gravity player. But you have these guys, these I won't say role players, but these guys who are kind of interchangeable. DiVincenzo, Grimes, Josh Hart. I need some water. Sheesh. Josh Hart. Tastes great. Josh Hart. I'm losing focus now. IQ. And RJ, that's my son. He's too much of a question mark now. He still has a very he's a fair contract. It's not too burdensome. But you look at a guy like RJ Barrett, other teams might look at him like he's a young player. He's still a young player. He's a guy that we could develop, we could mold, or try to mold into what we want. And maybe less pressure away from New York would do him good. But I just see Josh Hart as the floor to what Tibbs wanted RJ to do. I don't ever think that Tibbs really wanted RJ to go out there and force himself to be some scoring star, some elite wing. He wanted RJ Barrett to come in and do certain things on a night out basis, to rebound, defend, wrap around pass, dribble drive penetration, kickouts. Just play. I don't need you to go out there and give me 20 points a game. I just need you to give me an efficient 15 points, 5 to 7 rebounds, defend the best guy, if the best wings, night out to the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying? I think that Josh Hart there's just too many redundancies between what I think Tom Thibodeau wanted RJ to do and what Josh Hart can do. So I think RJ is a guy out. Obviously, his money he's going to make around $23.8 million, $23.9 million this season. Yet you have him in 48. That's about $45 million. 48 will be an expiring contract as well too. So if you're talking about a large trade and a team that wants to get rid of a player like an Embiid, depending on what he signs. What did I just drop? Depending on what he signs. It could be a guy that could be on the move. So this might be the last days of RJ Barrett, my son, man. But we're gonna move on to Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin. Let me see what you guys say in the chat. I haven't seen the chat in a while. I apologize. I've been yapping my mouth off. Let me see what you guys are saying. You say you doing calling today, bro? Yeah, I'm doing call. Yeah, the next TV is open. If y'all call, yeah, please call, bro. The next TV is open. Please call, please. It is dead open. I've been paying for this damn next TV. I ain't even having no damn shows, and I'm paying those damn money a month for next TV. So please call in, man. He said, Gmo, fix the Haitian hairline for Anthony, son, watch it, watch your back, pause. Watch your mouth, son. I'm gonna catch you on the streets, Anthony, son. My hairline, now my hairline's jacked up, son. Yeah, this hairline's trash. But stop hating though. You hating, son. That's not. You know what I'm saying? Stop hating on the God, son. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm trying out here, man. Damn. Says, Gmo, what's son? Son. You say, Gmo, what's up, son? I can't call it, son. I can't call it, God. I don't know what the hell Josh Christopher's doing, son. I don't know what is wrong with these dudes. I think it's a new generation thing where they play around like that. They like to do that, that weird stuff. I don't know, son. Your man's be bugged out on these streets, son. That's my son, Josh Christopher, and my son, Jalen Green. Nah, son, you bugging, son. All right, Josh Hart really the backup four? No, he's not going to be the backup four. It'll be Sims and then RJ if Tibbs wants to still try to experiment with what he was trying to do last year. Damian Brunson would be so awful defensively. Agreed. Top 5 score. Dame time 32.2, 58 games. And look how far the Blazers have been going. All that Dame time and look how far the Blazers have been going. I'm telling you, he's chasing Curry. He's been chasing Curry for... look, man. Dame Lillard's one of my favorite players to watch. He's been chasing Curry. The ghost of Curry. He'll never get there. Remember when I think it was Westbrook was talking trash? Who was talking trash? Damn, who was talking trash on the foul line? No, it was Draymond, I think. Draymond was talking trash about, like, point guard this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, man, and he spooked. And you see Dame's face on that. Yeah, all right. Remember the dude from Belly? When they beat him up in the basement, he was like, all right. That's how Dame looked when Draymond was talking trash to him on the foul line, bro. Look, Dame Lillard is a good player, but he's going to give up. Let me get to Isaiah, bro. Isaiah Brunson, what's good, bro?
Oh, yo, Guillermo.
Yo, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Go ahead, man.
Yo, Guillermo. Not much, brother. Look, I was one of the people that was happy Obi's gone. 2 second rounders, I don't really know about that, but hey, crazy things have happened. Maybe the Pacers won't be good this season. I don't think they're really going to make the playoffs. And I'm happy for Obi, man. Again, this gives him an opportunity to make some real money. I just don't want people to get too excited, because there's going to be a game where he drops, 30, 40 points. People go like, oh, he should have been a Knick. Listen, it wasn't no point of him being on this team no more. I think once you see Dante DiVincenzo actually make corner threes and actually hit them at a high clip, we'll forget all about Obi.
I think with Obi Toppin, look, it works also well with the Pacers. They were the best fast break team in the league last year, averaged the most points. Carlisle wants to run with that team. Halliburton, Mathurin. He wants to have a run and gun team, but he wants to have a team that emphasizes pace. He wants a team where there's more offensive ability at the 4 position. They had Jalen Smith, one of my sons, as well as Isaiah Jackson, and they're not the most prolific in terms of offense from that 4 position. They want some help for Miles Turner offensively in the front court. And Obi, they were looking for that in the draft. Obviously, they got Jarace Walker, but they were looking at guys like Leonard Miller. There's another 4. I know they brought him for a workout. So they're Obi Toppin to me fits them perfectly. I would have loved to get a late first from him. And I think the Pacers would have given us one of those late firsts. But the Knicks, again, they're very cap-minded. They wanted to be essentially be able to use that full MLE. And so they had to shave off some cap. Obviously, Josh Hart helps them, but Obi as well helps them because we traded for 2 second rounders and then got that $6.8 million exception, which helps us. But, Obi Toppin, look, I would say this, man. Good luck to him. I don't want to blame him too much because I think that a lot of what happened with Obi Toppin was an organizational failure. I don't want to put it all on him, but I will put some things on him. Look, Obi Toppin, I know he had that argument with Tom Thibodeau and whatnot, and I can't kill him for his frustrations, man. There were times that Tom Thibodeau should have played him more, but there's no 4 in this league who is a poor rebounder, a bad to average defender, can't hit threes, and is playing more than 20 minutes a game.
Yeah. Hey, Gilmo, right? And this is.
Go.
Yeah, and Gilmo, this isn't a moment to itch on Obi Toppin because, again, like you said, there are things that the organization. I 100% agree with that, and Gilmo, this is one of the things we talked about, on Sim's show back in 2020 or 2020.
Yep.
Was about Obi Toppin, man, and certain people didn't want to agree with us. Well, but again, we proved them right again. AKA Sam, you idiot. No, but it's like, yo, man, the red flags were there with Obi. To me, the red flags were there. The dude was 20-something-year-old junior or sophomore. He was like a 20-something-year-old sophomore. No defense, and he wasn't a good. Even back then, they were saying he wasn't a good rebounder. Mm-hmm. So it's just when things with Obi just didn't come to fruition. And then there's too many times, Guillermo, me personally, I've talked to Knicks fans that have seen Obi play live games, and they said the defense is worse in person than TV. You know what I mean? So it's tough. I remember there was one time, there's one dude I was talking to. He went to one of the playoff games this year, and he said, "Yo, Obi, he's like, yo, people are mad at home." And I'm like, dude, I'm watching the dude I kid you not, he said this. I'm watching the dude at the game, and he's terrible on defense. He's missing rotations, and he's doing all this. Again, I think this is the best for Obi. He gets a very great chance to play. He has a great point guard in Tyrese Halliburton. He has a good coach in Rick Hall. And listen, if he balls out, I just don't want Knicks fans, but we should have kept him. No, man, listen. You should be more bad about not having Devin Vassell or Tyrese Halliburton than you're having Obi Toppin.
My son.
By the way, Tyrese Halliburton, is one of the best point guards, and Devin Vassell has averaged like 20 points with the Spurs right now. But hey, you know. But listen, man, it's okay. We're collecting. What happened?
No, go. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay, man. We're collecting the Villanova Affinity Stones. We're almost there. Mikal Bridges should have been a Knick, but we're not going to talk about that. But he's going to become a Knick soon. I got a feeling about that.
Yeah, they've been talking about Mikal Bridges. The Team USA summer recruiting job they have lined up. Look, Mikal Bridges, it's going to be tough. The Nets don't want to trade for him. I think they want to build around Mikal Bridges. He is a free agent in 2025. It's the same year that Brunson comes off. It's the same year that Randall comes off. But to get a trade before then to a crosstown rival, it's going to be
Well, I would say this.
Mikal Bridges starts to, and I don't think Mikal, he's not a low character guy where he's going to start sitting out games and calling out injured. He's going to play hard. He's going to play tough. And also, too, the Nets, the trade to the Nets did build up his profile this season. And by the way, can you post the I'm going crazy. Can you post a number in the chat? Because now I can't even find the graphic that I have for the.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I'll post it. I'll post it for you.
Now, man. But yeah, Mikal Bridges.
Nah, you good. I'll post it for you.
I would love to have Mikal Bridges here. That's my son. I know Ace is gonna talk all that trash. All right, I have the phone number up here, so I'll just put up.
Okay.
Down or where the hell.
Listen, man. It's a game on. Because I hate talking about it because it just frustrates me that every year. Especially, it was funny, Guillermo. I've seen it lately, these last couple of days, that everybody's bringing up Kevin Knox, and I'm like, dude,
Gosh.
it's just frustrating when you could have had Mikal. And I won't lie to you, Guillermo. I didn't see this coming from Mikal Bridges. I thought he'd be a very great player. I just didn't think I'd see him become. And I don't know, maybe it's the scouting report. People that haven't fully scouted him, and I think this year we're going to see if it's really up to par, because now people are going to be, okay, now you're really the man on the team.
Yeah,
and you're the number one option. So
their games he's putting up 30. He had a run where he put up not 40, like 30 something, maybe 30, 35 points a game. He had like a nice little run, and I think people are starting to see like, yo, he could be a 1B type of player. Now, obviously, you play on a team with the Nets. They just made that trade. They had a whole bunch of power fours. Him, Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith. So it was just a glut of guys. So I think everything was all over the place. But I think people starting to see Mikal Bridges. Who was I talking to? Not a Knicks fan. I'm forgetting who I was talking to recently, maybe like a few weeks ago. And he was like, yo, Mikal Bridges could be a one type of player. I didn't know he had that in him. Blah, blah, blah. And we were just talking about it. I'm like, I still think he's more of a 1B type of guy, but Mikal Bridges is showing like someone's gonna have to pay because remember he got underpaid on that last deal, $90 million for 4 years by the Suns.
Oh, he's gonna get like 220.
He wants that money, so I can't blame him for that. But he's definitely gonna be looking good on the Nets, man. It remains to be seen. I don't think the Knicks can really recruit him, but hey, you never know, especially because Brunson's gonna want his money too. So you're talking about 2 max contracts to Bridges and or 2 big ass contracts of Bridges and Brunson in 2025-26 when their contracts reset. I don't know. But
well, Gamble. To be fair, you're gonna have the money because Randall's gonna be off the books.
He's gonna be off the books,
and technically Brunson's gonna be off the books.
Yeah, Brunson's gonna be off the books.
You could if you do a few things and bring the whole Villanova career, but that's less later. We gotta handle our business now. I do like the squad. And me personally, Guillermo, if I'm the Knicks, I'm probably looking at Tony Craig, one of these kind of guys, one of those wing. Is it Torrey Craig, right?
You mean for like the biannual exception, that $4.5 million exception? That's the only thing we have left.
Yeah, I'm looking to get something like that because right now we definitely need a wing, and we need a wing. Yeah, because we got Isaiah Roby who could be the 4. We got Jericho Sims. You got Randall. Like you said earlier, they probably got RJ play the 4 a little bit this season. You need a wing bad because we have a lot of guards. So you definitely need a wing, and I've never been the biggest fan of small ball, even though we played a lot of small ball. We pretty much played small ball all last year. I just think, I just think we need to get a wing. I'm kind of looking at Tony Craig, one of those kind of guys, to fill in that spot. And, because he's a decent shooter, fairly good contract, something like that. Or maybe a Justin Holiday, something like that.
I think he just signed.
One of the
just signed. He just signed?
Okay.
This morning. I think he just signed, so he's going to be out of the picture. But I don't disagree.
I'm looking.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say that, but that's it.
All right, man. So, Isaiah, I appreciate you calling. You can come into the StreamYard. My guy, Jay Boogie's here. I know he's been here since the the time you built that awful bookcase. Someone just asked you about
Nah, listen. First of all, the bookcase came out very, very well. First of all, oh man, I can't say what I want to say, but the bookcase is great. She's selling. She had a business yesterday. Man, she sold some stuff yesterday. Man, she's doing good. So
that bookcase is. And
don't disrespect.
To Jarrell, I am Jarrell on MBK. I don't want to say I don't be in trouble, but what he said about your bookcase, that was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So salute to I am.
Oh man, that was pretty funny, man.
But let me get to Boogie before he kills me, man. Isaiah,
all right, brother.
I appreciate you, my guy. Peace, man.
Yes, sir.
That's my guy, Isaiah. Let me get to J Boogie in the building, man. J Boogie sending me, yo, these dudes try to act like they not. He sent me the Fast Life video talking about Jay-Z can't do it. I can't fight you on that. The Fast Life video with Nas and Coogee Rap I think I probably listened to that song. That's one of the songs I'm pretty sure I listened to maybe 1,000 times. But let me get to J Boogie. Yo, I got guns from Italy, smoke trees considerably. Y'all don't know. Yo, come on, man. Stop, man. Stop.
Come on out, man. Chill, man.
You don't know about that. Chill out. You don't know about that, Jay. Don't send me things you don't know about, bro.
I don't know about what, man.
You don't know about the Fast Life Coogee Rap. Stop. Don't be sending me music like you really on that, bro. Stop. Like, that's one of my favorite songs of all time, man. Give me like 5 minutes.
When I send you that, I know it knocked a whole lot of dust out of your cap, bull crap on top of that, man.
Wow. What? Come on, son. Yeah, this dude, J Boogie just be talking, son. It is what it is. J Boogie, how you doing, man? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm good on this Sunday, man. Hope you are, man. Shout out, what up to the chat, man. Hope everybody having a great weekend. You know what I'm saying? Everybody enjoying themselves, being with family, whatever it is you got to do that continue on making you happy about life. Do that shit, man. Do that. Don't never stop doing anything that makes you happy about life. Appreciate that when them eyelids get unattached. That's you. Yeah, I hear y'all talking about Bridges, man. Yeah, I don't told people before, man. When he got to the Nets, yeah, that was the healthy version of Kawhi Leonard all over again. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people didn't really know what type of skill sets Kawhi had because he played in such a fantastic system, and he played alongside, so many fantastic ball players, with Ginobili, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, Boris Diaw, we can go on and on about the guys they had. So they had like a system. But when he went to Toronto, man, it gave him a chance to showcase, his skill sets, what he had. Can't forget that he worked out with the great one, may he rest in heaven, Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant himself, So, that's what you're getting with Bridges, being that he was over there, he was behind the wall behind Booker and Chris Paul and Ayton, and they just had him as a defensive player. But now you see him over there where he can get down for the get down. Now you see all types of skill sets, And you talk about us, we blew that pick with Kevin Knox, but Philly had him in the door and they traded him. They got to be feeling crazy, about what they got rid of with him, and the Mons she worked in the Philadelphia organization, so yep. You know what I'm saying? They hurt like crazy, but it is what it is. We got them guys over there, in the feeble, they need to jump them, double team. Listen, man. You already know what it is. You know what we're trying to do. We're trying to make a whole lot of history, man. We're trying to be the first guys that can ever win college championships and then go to the NBA, and the same guys can win an NBA championship for a team that hasn't won a championship in over 50 years, or a team who hasn't been to the finals in 24 years. This is what we're trying to accomplish, something real big, you know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is, man. That's Jalen Brunson's team over there. So he get ready to do some recruit, man. I'm just waiting to sit back and wait for Jalen to keep bringing them in, man. Keep bringing them in, man. He got friends, you know what I'm saying? Yes. But how many of us have them? But Jalen got friends, and he calling them up now. The ones you can depend on. Yep. Hey, friends. Yeah.
They don't know that. They don't know that, man. Y'all don't know about that. But I agree with you. Look, this is a major summer for the Knicks to be put on the map. When was the last time? Think about this, J Boogie. We had how many? Even when Carmelo was here, we didn't really have. We weren't really put on the map like that per se. Everybody knew what Melo was, but they knew that the Knicks were kind of like this disjointed team built around Melo. I won't say a retread, but you had J.R. Smith, who had a ridiculous year that year. We went to the playoffs against Indiana. He was one of the best shooting guards for like the second half of the season. Tyson Chandler. But that wasn't a team that I don't feel like stars were clamoring to come to. Right? They knew it was going to be a Melo team. Melo's going to get his shots up, and then whatever happens, happens next. I think this year, you don't have any super-duper megastars on that FIBA team. And you got teams like, look, I don't know how the schedule's going to be, but you know what's going to be a very underrated major game? And I'm going to be covering these games. It's going to be USA versus Canada. You talking about SGA. You talking about Jamal Murray. You got demons on that team. And we're talking about raising up the profile. Jalen Brunson is a guy that everybody's like, wait, who? He's like that? Like I said, you watch Jalen Brunson. What he's doing is not surprising, but it was unexpected, if that makes sense. He has to keep building upon that to have teams really be like, you know what, I want to come to the Knicks. Again, to this day, no one really wanted to come to the Knicks until Amari and Felton had that good year or that good half. And then all of a sudden, Melo's from New York. Melo wants to come to the Knicks. All that jazz. I said it's never been said before, but it was at a fever pitch when Stoudemire and Amari had that two-man game going on, that AZ Nas feeling in New York, and people being like, oh, crap. We got a few players. Oh, we were at the 7-8 seed, sneaking around 7-8 seed for a little bit. Like, oh crap, the Knicks might make the playoffs with Amari Brunson, Amari Felton, Gallinari, Mozgov, Wilson Chandler, who fixes jump shot, Landry Fields. So again, to me, I know people want to sit up here and say, oh, the front and look, the front office had to do their job in terms of attracting people. A lot of times though, it comes down to player relationships. It's all about I played with this dude since AAU ball. Played against this guy in college or played against, and that's how a lot of recruiting happens. It's not, oh, Jerry West is going to come to your house. Hey, how you doing, sir? Like, this ain't back in the day with Shaq when Jerry West was basically tampering. But, going over and speaking to Shaq, like, yo, we got movie deals for you, got all this jazz for you, come over to LA. It's all player connections now. So to me, man, look, like you said, bro, it's going to be a big summer for Jalen Brunson. It's not just for Bridges, obviously, guys like Jaren Jackson, who was a free agent in 2026, so that's ways away, but it's about putting the Knicks on the map. Now, we talked about Josh Hart yesterday, man, but your feelings on Josh Hart regarding him signing in, give me your expected impact on this team. Does it actually help us shape what we want to do in this team in terms of our identity? And let me know, who do you think, if Josh Hart, barring any injuries or whatnot, who do you think is on a hot seat with Josh Hart opting in on that deal and is going to get normal playing time for full season for the Knicks?
Well, first thing first, we already on the map. We already on the map as of last season. Jalen has made everybody aware of that. The most important thing about being on the map is not getting back off the map. And I don't think we have that type of ball player that's going to let us, fall back off. I think, what we're getting ready to do, and amongst this guy right here, is going to be something to be, dealt and in due time. Now, the contracts, what I'm seeing, to me, I feel like Leon is adapted to the CBA, and he's getting these certain ready type ball players and giving them small minutes of contracts. That's going to go along with the two big signings that he's going to do. One of them is going to already be Jalen Brunson, and the other one is to be determined. So he can fill out the roster like he did with Dante's contract, like he's going to do with Josh's contract that's getting ready to come. He probably extend him this season. He continue on building with players like that, and then come up with a nice, solid piece. We'll have some things. But I think he's flourishing out the roster right now, and those two guys are the starting tip. But I know for a fact something else is in the making. We got three guys, and two of them three guys is going to be up out of here. Between RJ, Grimes, and Quickly, two of them guys is going to be up out of here. I hate to say it, you know what I'm saying? But that's just the feel that I'm getting. And looking at direction and how he's doing things, you know what I'm saying? He's getting ready to cater towards that CBA and be prepared for that 2025 season when Brunson and Julius, that money come off the books, you know what I'm saying? Where they could go ahead and do what they got to do. By that time, that guy's going to be well established in the league. By then, he should be a two-time All-Star. By then, he should be at least, you know what I'm saying, definitely one, but I'm hoping for a two-time NBA, you know what I'm saying, player of the year. And I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about Jalen Brunson, even though Julius has already done it twice, but I'm talking about Jalen Brunson. That guy is the one that people are going to want to be around. But two out of them three guys is going to be up out of here, man.
I agree. I think that if the Embiid thing doesn't happen, you guys are start. And again, people talking about no one's coming. You got Embiid liking tweets from the Knicks. Like, granted, his situation is about to implode because if Harden leaves, I mean, he can't. You can't stay with that team long term. Even though I like Maxey, but they don't got enough pieces to kind of fill in for what Harden brings. And they're no longer ECF contenders if Harden doesn't resign. But I agree. I think a lot of things are getting, which would make me mad. Let me go back in. Yo, JJ, salute, bro.
Yo, what's good, brother? You can hear me, man?
I can hear you, bro. What's good, man?
What up, bro? What's good, man? How's everything? My guy.
About Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo. Talk to me, bro.
Man, first I gotta say what up to my Cardozo High School brother, Jay Boogie. That's my guy right there, man. That's my Cardozo brother right there, man. Hope you guys are doing great, man. Have a nice and safe July 4th. Man, the DiVincenzo signing, man, it's a good signing. It's kind of just like a little repetitive to the roster that we have. It's kind of like another Josh Hart in a sense, you know. But the one thing that worries me with DiVincenzo a little bit is this is the best he shot from three this past season, and that's in that Warriors system. You know, you're surrounded by Curry and Clay. So I don't know if he's going to shoot that 39-40% again from three in this system. I hope so. But that's like a little bit of a worry for me, if I had to say like one worry. Because mostly it's like 34% from three, 35, which isn't terrible, but that's like so-so. So hoping he found something and that it wasn't just system and, you know, playing with Curry and Clay and whatnot. You know, but I like him. Don't get me wrong.
So
you know,
let me give you some.
I'm a fan of him.
Let me give you some assurance in why it might be a permanent thing with DiVincenzo. Two things. One, in college, he actually shot relatively well his last 2 years. His first year at Villanova, he shot trash. He shot like
right.
It was like 14. It was bad.
Yeah.
Next 2 years, I think he shot 41% his senior year. I want to say 36 or 7, 8 or something like that. His second year. That's one thing, right? Two, last year, he was actually Steve Kerr. So salute to Steve Kerr for doing this. Steve Kerr actually tweaked his jumper. So Steve Kerr actually helped him reform his hand placement on the ball, which allowed him like a release and quicker release. So these are, salute to Steve Kerr for doing this, right? So I had to do to make sure, because it was flukish. 39%. This is his only time. It was first year shooting 39%. In his NBA career. So, you know, hopefully that lasts. The fact that, you know, he did play in that system. I do think the Warriors system, obviously playing with a gravity player like Curry and Clay. But again, last year, you know, even defensively, he was tasked with guarding a lot of those teams, opposing teams' best perimeter players. Because remember, when he was out, Clay was coming back for injury. Not even close to 100% in terms of even when he was playing healthy. So DiVincenzo was tasked with I know we're talking about shooting, but you know, I do think that it is somewhat of a permanent thing. I do think also playing alongside Brunson, Josh.
I hope so, though.
Could help him as well too. Brunson is a legit gravity player. But again, when we look at what the Warriors do, I know we don't run a motion offense like the Warriors. They probably had the best motion offense, but again, we look at the playoffs. We just miss open shots. Forget all the maneuverings you have to do to jump around, and everything. Guys just miss an open shot. An open shot is an open shot. I don't care if you did a Portugal pick and roll. I don't give an F what you did. Can you make an open shot? And we missed it. He shot. He was elite in terms of unguarded catch and shoot. So I'm looking at it like I think that him and Josh are a little bit different. Also, too, DiVincenzo last year in terms of ball handler, he averaged like the most assists of his NBA career, which helps as well.
Yeah, right.
So to me, I think he's a little bit different than Josh Hart. I think he's a better scorer than Josh Hart, a better ball handler per se than Josh Hart. If that makes sense. He could do a little more on the ball. I think Josh Hart's a little bit leaner.
Yeah, for sure.
He attacks him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Out. So I'm happy for DiVincenzo. I know people say, oh, he's 6'4", but again, we've been talking about a team that has to improve in terms of shooting for years. The Knicks have not been a 3-point shooting team. I don't remember the last time we were top 5, top 7.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of him, man. I'm definitely a fan of him, you know. But I like what you told me. That makes me feel a little better, you know, as far as the 3-ball being not just being a fluky type of thing. And real quick on the Obi thing, I just think I'm not going to call him a bust. Like, to me, like Frank and Knox, those were busts. Because to me, it was just more like unfortunate than anything else. I just think it was some mismanagement because, to me, in my opinion, I don't know if you agree or not, but I feel like once we gave Randall that long-term extension, I think that's when we should have been trying to trade him. He would have had, you know, much more value at that time because we knew once we extended Randall that with Tibbs as a coach and Obi only being a 4, that there was going to be limited minutes for as long as Randall's going to be here. And I don't blame the Knicks for drafting him because, you know, if you remember when they drafted him, that was after Randall's first year here, and it was his first year here was trash. So maybe they didn't expect Randall to maybe turn it around. You know what I'm saying, though?
You have to. Like, okay, here's the thing, JJ.
You know,
JJ, if you're a plumber, right?
Yeah.
I ask you to fix the system in my bathroom, right? And you come in, and you don't know how to fix plumbing. Should I look at your expertise and what you put on your resume, what you put on your job description a little bit funny? Like, you don't know what you're doing. You don't actually know your job. So I'm talking about, this is why I get mad at these guys, because they were former agents. You were supposed to know the market. You're supposed to know, okay, you're supposed to be having this, you should have a board of all the players that you could sign, and say, yeah, no, the news on Randall is that he's blah, blah, blah. And even when you're moving away from the agency, you're supposed to have your ears, your KGB agents that's feeding you information that allows you to have proper color on all the top players, mid players, whatever, right? Maybe not 100% or of every player in the NBA. And they did not have enough color in the market to know that we cannot trade Randall. There's just no way we could trade Randall. So you know what? Let's not draft for a 4. And it's not like, I'm sorry, it's not as if Obi was Chris Webber. If it's Chris Webber, it's like, all right, you draft Chris Webber.
No, I hear
what happens. But Obi was not that. You had,
but they're attached to him, man. They're not. He's their guy for better or worse, man. I don't see them moving him anytime soon. You know, they love them some Julius Randle. Not saying I agree with it, you know, because I'm not going to say I do.
I'm not necessarily sure they love Julius Randle, but it's very hard. Where's he going? Pause. Where's he going to go? If I'm on a team, but I want to Julius Randle.
You're not going to get full value. You're not going to get fair value.
His contract has fair value. I'm talking about a guy who's I don't say he's having fluke seasons, but he's a guy who's having these seasons where they're good, but is that truly him? The all NBA season he had a few years ago, that's not really, and everyone knows that's not Randall. Then you have the behavioral stuff, and I'm not trying to get back into that, but Randall's a big question mark, and his biggest value is his contract. Other than that, you don't. If you're a team, are you bringing to the Pistons? Are you bringing them to the Blazers to help those guys? Nope. If I'm a contender, am I bringing him? Am I bringing a Randall my number 2 guy after I trade off another good player for Randall? Nope. So
you know what the thing is though, bro? Like, you know the thing that's unfortunate with Randall now is it's not going to matter what he does next season. He could win MVP, and most Knicks fans, including me, are going to say, I don't care. You know, what's he going to do in the playoffs in his third time? So that's kind of the unfortunate thing with Randall. In the season, next season, it's going to be like, so what? You made another All-Star. Big deal. Now do it in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So he's kind of in a lose-lose situation next year until the playoffs, you know?
If he raises his standard of play in the playoffs, I think people will back.
That would be huge, man.
I think it's that people know what.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
what he does, right? He had some bad effort. Even I'll give him this. He injured his ankle twice in a span of 6 weeks. Let me help you guys out because I heard people talking about, oh, he should have done. And I've seen some of you guys play ball, and I could tell you don't really. Physical fitness is not. When you roll your ankle, you don't, even after it so-called heals or the blood goes down and the swelling goes down, it's weak. It does not get stronger. If you roll it again, it's even more painful, and it doesn't get better. So I give Randall a little bit of reprieve to be like, look, he was not 100%. The guy, you can't.
That's fair. That's fair.
On the court.
Yeah.
And there were other guys. IQ didn't step up. RJ stepped up, shot point from outside.
Nobody.
Better than some other guys. Grimes was hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to kill Randall too much, but he's a big elephant in the room.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Of course.
Because if you're sitting for a playoff spot, if you're sitting for the Eastern Conference, the top spot in the Eastern Conference, you can't trade a Randall if he's having a good enough season. But if you're, say, a 7 seed, do you start thinking, hey, let's try to flip Randall now, even if he's having a good season? You know what I'm saying? So, it sucks, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who are we going to trade him to?
Yeah.
Like, what team would be stupid enough to bring on a Randall?
I don't even know. Yeah, it's tough. I can't think of one, man. I can't think of one like a perfect fit, honestly. It's tough, man.
Since my brother Coach, we had this conversation like a season ago, and we were here to like 12.
Yeah.
And Coach was like, no, you could trade him. All right, give me the list of teams you trade him to. And we couldn't the list.
Yeah.
Recently, maybe like a month or so ago, we were talking about it again. I'm like, yo, remember that episode? He's like, yeah, bro, yeah, there's no one you could really trade him to. So it sucks, man. But JJ, thanks for calling in.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yo, appreciate it, man. You guys have much love, man. You guys have a safe and happy July 4th, man.
You too,
Be safe,
guy.
man.
God bless, bro.
Take it easy, my guys. God bless, man. Take it easy.
JJ.
Peace.
Love, man. Much love.
Let me get back to this guy Jay Boogie, man. Trying to think he a spitter like that, son. Think he smooth the gambler, trick the gambler, smooth the hustler. You don't know about that, man. You don't know about broken.
He down here with me, dude.
You
what you talking about? He down here with me.
Yeah, you don't know about that, man. You don't know about broken language, man.
Away from me, man.
Yeah, you don't know about that, man.
Man.
You don't know about everyday hustling. You don't know about that. You don't know about them tracks, man. You know your North Carolina Petey Pablo BS, man. You lost your shit, man. Let me chill, man. But anyway, let me get to this Obi Toppin thing, man. We talked about this time and time again, man. Look, Obi Toppin, to me, I think it was an organizational failure, unfortunately. Let me get to this graphic real quick. That's not even it. Hold up, guys. So yeah, Obi Toppin traded off for several second rounders. Created a $6.8 million trade exception. Again, time in New York. Very mixed. Probably more so to the downside. Obi Toppin just was not a fit. Was never going to work out. I think he was not. Again, I don't think he's a bust. I think it was an organizational a failure. Hold up, I'll get to you. Nice trade off to Pacers, where again they need some offense at the 4 position. They want to run the floor. He'll definitely find his way there. I will say this: after seeing what happened with Cam Reddish, after seeing what's happened with guys like Kevin Knox, not to say I believe all the way in every decision made by Tom Thibodeau, but some of these young guys that we've been crying for, oh, they should get more playing time, they should got this. These guys ain't panning out elsewhere. People killed Tom Thibodeau for Cam Reddish. No one killed killed Chauncey Billups for Cam Reddish. And I remember to this day, Cam Reddish had a string of games where they did not play the guy and he was healthy. Go back to the Pelicans game. Had 11 points in the first half. Didn't score anything in the second half where they were down by 30 to the Pelicans. And the guy was going with guys like Trent Watford, who's not even on the team anymore. So I don't know what it is with Cam Reddish. He signed a 2-year deal with the Lakers. They need some, I guess he needs, but they already have what's your man from Michigan State? Max Christie, and they just drafted Maxwell Lewis from Pepperdine, who I think is a better player than Cam Reddish. So I know people are clamoring for Cam Reddish. I'm not sure if he's going to even do much with the Lakers. And they have a glut at that wingish position. Roy Hachimura, Austin Reeves, Maxwell Lewis, Max Christie. Obviously, still got LeBron James there. So I'm not necessarily sure Cam Reddish is going to pan out, but we'll see what Obi Toppin, man. Again, organizational failure. people want to sit up here and cry about, oh, we should have played him more. And there are times you should have played him more. But again, like I said earlier in this broadcast, show me the forwards in this league who are getting more than 20 to 25 minutes a night. They don't rebound well, aren't great defenders, can't hit a three. Not say he can't hit a three at all, but are below average three-point shooters. He shot 34% from three this past season. Still not a great catch-and-shoot player. Shot poorly from the corner shot. Defending, gave up 57.4% of the rim. How can I survive with that? You want to play small, he can't rebound, so I can't play Randall as a 5. I can't have, so what he did in the playoffs, he got swallowed paws in the paint against the Heat whenever he did play. I know he didn't play many minutes. So, again, average catch-and-shoot defender is not a guy who's going to really do much of defense on the perimeter. Was a better isolation defender, but, again, poor lateral defense. You tell me the fours in this league that survive and they can't do those things. Just give me some names, guys, in the chat. So I'm not seeming like a hater. Because people say, oh, you hate Obi Toppin, blah, blah. We have this thing where we overvalue guys that we draft just because we drafted them. Because I've heard people try to say that Tyrese Halliburton, he's better than Tyrese Halliburton. Well, I've never seen that in my life. He's better than Devin Vassell, which he's not. Tyrese Maxey. Are you out of your freaking minds? Tyrese Maxey is a 20-point... Tyrese Maxey is a top 10 point guard in this league if he started. If he was a main guy. And I saw that before Harden came. Desmond Bane is better than him? No. So, again, I'm not trying to kill the kid, man. Again, RJ still remains the only Knick that we've extended since 1999. So, again, organizational failure on the Knicks, given the fact that he was not going to fit the team. We had better players. And, again, it does set you back. We have a lot of first-round picks that have set us back in terms of where we should be. Kevin Knox, again, you could have had a star guard here. He probably would have saved that old regime of Mills and all those guys because SGA is that type of player. He's that type of talent. Could have had a legit wing. Like I said, Mikal Bridges. Look what Mikal Bridges is doing now. We're sitting up here crying about getting a wing or what we're going to do in 2025-26. You could have had that guy here for nothing. Well, at the time for nothing. Versus now we got to trade for a guy and we got to market ourselves through the freaking FIBA games or the summer games to get that type of player. Obi Toppin. Like I said, all the guys we could have had, man, could have had an off guard to play alongside of Brunson and a Halliburton. That could have, I know it's undersized, but Halliburton's defense, his facilitation, ability to play off the ball would have fit Brunson extremely well because we still got a question mark on RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett's my guy. You still have a question mark on RJ Barrett. Right, you got to try to find a way of flipping him. I guess you could flip him for a star, him for an EA with expiring. But again, Halliburton would have been a way better choice. Vassell would have been a better choice. A guy who's now developing on the ball in terms of his skills off the dribble. Catch and shoot guy can hit the three as well too. That's the type of guy we're looking for. Maxey, we talk about even if he's not starting alongside us, you still need a bench creator. Maybe you have IQ as your so-called two guard off the bench, quasi two guard off the bench, even though he'd be undersized at 6'3". And then Maxey as your creator. If you want to do that back to back with the UK guys, these draft picks set you back, and now you have to sit up there and go back into the market, try to trade for a guy, It's just we've done a lot of moves that held us back into actually being a competent team, and we're finally seeing something of competency now. But a lot of it has to do also with Brunson too. Let's be honest, if Brunson's not here, this Knicks team we're not even sniffing the playoff, getting into play. Maybe the play-ins, but not the playoffs. Yeah, Jay Boogie, I spoke way too much on Obi Toppin, man. Give me your thoughts on Obi Toppin, man. Organizational failure, is it a coaching failure, is it Obi Toppin failure? You know, talk about Obi Toppin, man. Your thoughts. I've been yapping way too much on and Sean Rosa, call back in like 5 minutes. I'll get to you. I just want Jay Boogie to cook for a little bit, and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, definitely the office made a mistake by getting him. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't on the same page when it was during that draft. You know what I'm saying? This part of the organization wanted this part of the organization wanted that. So, you know, they just did some eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and they went with the hometown kid. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, it's okay if you was going with him, if you would decide to move Julius after that year, which was a bad year for Julius. You know what I'm saying? That was okay if you was moving Julius. But you didn't move Julius and you brought him back, and therefore he went on some all-star tears. You know what I'm saying? He went 2 out of 3 of the next two all-star seasons out of the next 3 years, 2 all-NBA seasons out of the next 3 years. And what that did was, you know, put this man on the bench, you know. So that's on the fault of the organization. But also, you can't blame everything on the organization. You know, Obi needed to do other things to show that he belonged on the floor. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, you know what I'm saying, elevate his game to do other things. So, you know what I'm saying? maybe I can go to the 3. Let me get, so we can work on none of those type skill sets, whereas he could be on the floor. And I mentioned on another podcast, compared him to him and the guy Harold that came from the LA Clippers. I think he's playing with Philly right now. When he was 6th man of the year, you seen that guy come on the floor as not a star, the same heights, you know what I'm saying, and couldn't shoot, everything, but he put it all out on the floor and he let it be known, when I'm on the floor, I'm gonna do any and everything. But you don't see Obi doing the other things. You don't see him, you know what I'm saying, pretty much staying with defense. They complain about his defense. You complain him, you don't rebound. The block shots, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't, he can't take people off the dribble in half court sets. So many things that he can add to his game that he didn't add to his game. So, but the thing about it, knowing the offense, knowing that they was wrong, they gave him an opportunity to go ahead and move on and go do something else with the game, you know what I'm saying? And rejuvenate your career somewhere else. They at least owed him that much, Giving up for the 2 picks, we know and understand, you know what I'm saying, we should have got more. But I learned from Queen, Dope Soul, watching her show earlier, you know what I'm saying, when they put it out there and was known for us to get 2 picks from him, it was out there for a while. Nobody else stepped up and said anything, 2 picks, let me go ahead and steal him. I give you a first round. Nobody else said nothing that came to the rescue of Obi's game. So, you know what I'm saying, we really don't know where his level of basketball as far as amongst around the league, what anybody else seen within him, if nobody else tried to beat that, it's just 2 second round picks. So you know what I'm saying? But now he gets a chance to go on and rejuvenate. I hope he rejuvenates his career, you know what I mean? Because us as fans, we can only say 1 or 2 things, either, we shouldn't have never let him go, told you we should have traded Julius, or we could say, oh man, maybe he was 2 second round picks. But one thing, for sure, when we play against Indiana, best believe Julius is getting ready to try to let him know what time it was. You can believe that. And Obi's going to try to do his thing, but I look for Julius really to go ahead and punish him and let him know, this is why I got this spot, But Obi, it's sad that it ain't work out, but that's not Obi's fault for the draft, the organization. So they look to make it right, to get him up out of here. I didn't understand, what they was doing for us with the mind frame with Obi. Then you turn around, you go and get his little brother. I don't know what you're trying to do. You make amends or whatever. Then you gave him a 2-way contract with him before you even saw him do anything. I just had him on the summer league team first before I put him on some type of 2-way or G League, anything. Let me see you, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't draft you. You didn't even make the first or the second round. So we're gonna give you a 2-way contract for, and I ain't even see you do nothing. I didn't understand that move, but to each his own. I wish the best for Obi, but I posted it on Twitter. It's back here, saying that's why Jay Boogie, I don't get no jerseys with nobody's name on it that's playing right now. Because I know anything can happen. You can get traded, get lifted up out of here. If you got a number of jerseys you're playing right now, best believe it say Jay Boogie on the back of it. Only reason why I got Grimes' name up there because I know he's going to be the last 6. So I need to go ahead and remember Grimes being the last 6. May you know what I'm saying? May the great one rest in heaven. That's why he wearing that number 6 jersey, man. But to each his own, man. We got to move forward, man, and do what we got to do. All that's over with. I ain't in my feeling. I love the name on the front. Forget what names is on the back. You know what I'm saying? And let's move forward. When we see Obi, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You're an enemy now. It's booze and all that. Yep. Ain't no happiness for you. And and yeah, I did the song on him. So yeah, I'm gonna remix it. I'm gonna send it to his dad and send him a pacer one. You know what I'm saying? Send me some more bread for that right there. I rock with him just on that right there. But it is what it is, man. It's a Knicks thing, man, over here, man. Ain't no more cheese sandwiches, none of that. Ain't no restaurants making your own sandwiches, none of that no more.
You say, ain't no happiness. Wait, let me get to Sean Rosa, man. Sean, man, salute, man. How you doing, bro?
Yo, bro, I'm not liking that you speaking out my government like that, Five.
Oh! I'm so... Yo.
Hey, yo, you should hang up on him right there.
I'm like, yo, word? I'm like, yo, my government like that? Now you see? Get okay. See, I hate that, bro.
I asked about you yesterday, man. He said you were coming.
Get your ass in the stream, yo. Why would you call? Yo.
Ooh, that's the closer in the back. What up, the closer?
Man, hang the phone up on him, man.
Yeah, I'm about
Give
to
him the
say,
stream
get
yard.
your ass in the stream yard, bro. What the hell are you calling in for, man? This guy, yo. This dude's on his body in the trunk, Noriega Nas floor right now, man. You on the road or something?
Nah, I just got back inside the house, man. I'll go ahead and go on the stream yard.
All right, man. What's wrong with this dude? I'm gonna talk. This guy, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call this guy. I didn't know that was him. And I have his number. I don't know by heart. So I was like, oh, yeah. But, yeah, man. Let's move on from Obi Toppin. Is good luck to you. Again, you're going to have to develop your jumper in the league. I would say this. The most underrated, I think I finally got the most underrated weapon in the NBA that will keep you in the league for years. If you're a good catch and shooter, you will survive in this league. Especially at the big position. Look at Mike Muscala. Mike Muscala can't do much of anything but shoot the three. And he's still in the NBA. Not say he's old. I think it's maybe his fifth or sixth year or something like that. He's a very limited player. You can survive in this league. Even an Al Horford, who does more than just shooting. But obviously he survived for how long as he has because he's able to shoot. Able to space the floor. So, Obi, again, there's no hate to you. Don't let these New York Knicks fans geek you up. Because in the next few years, if you fall off the map, they'll forget about you. Trust me. And only bring you up in Twitter arguments. Learn how to shoot the shot. I know you've been working with your trainer and whatnot. Learn how to shoot the shot. Work on better footwork in the paint when you get that post up. And yeah, learn how to shoot your shot, bro. You'll survive in this league because, yeah, that's it. But let me move on to Dante DiVincenzo, a.k.a. they used to call him White Chocolate. I can't call him like that, bro. That's just whatever. Mr. John B.
Jordan, man. White Jordan, man. They call him White Jordan, man.
Was it White Jordan? I'm sorry, I thought it was White Chocolate, man. But pause.
Nah, man, the one White Chocolate, man. Come on, man.
All right, my bad, man. White Jordan, I guess. Obviously from his years with Villanova. Is it two-time champion? He was there 3 years. Was he there with the first? He was there because that was two. Yeah, he was two-time champion. But again, everything with Dante DiVincenzo fits what this team wants to do in terms of his value at the role in terms of shooting. Again, 3-point shooting, shot 36.2%. Shooting 36.2% for his career, but shot career high last year, 39.7%. As I mentioned before, talking to JJ, Steve Kerr helped him tweak this jump shot, better ball placement. This guy is also used defensively as a one of their top options defensively in guarding the perimeter, especially with Andrew Wiggins being hurt, Klay Thompson not being 100%. This guy has also worked on being a playmaker with the Warriors. As an additional ball handler away from Steph Curry. Like I said, great catch and shoot option. Shot 46.8% from on catch and shoots. Was elite, ranked at the 95th percentile regarding catch and shoots. Unguarded catch and shoots, something the Knicks need to improve upon because we had a bunch of guys who had open shots, couldn't make them, especially in the playoffs. Shot 47% off those shots, ranked in the 89th percentile. Capable defender, again, excellent at pick and rolls, or really good in the pick and rolls, let me say. And just watch him, very heady player, does a lot of Josh Hart in terms of playing the passing lanes really well, has a really good nose for the ball, that makes sense. Can play the bench and a starter role. This guy, I think he had, what he killed in that last game in 2018. I'm forgetting how much he had, like 30-something points, maybe 20-something points in the last game for Villanova. Also a good rebounder, was averaged around 4.5 total rebounds this year, was 28th in contested rebounds out of all guards. Even though people are like, that's not great, but when you think about it, contested rebounds, hustle, attacking the boards is something that Tom Thibodeau values in his players. RJ Barrett, I wish he, whatever. But everything about Dante DiVincenzo on the floor works. Again, he took the MOE. He took slightly less than the full MOE, I think, so there's like a little bit left over. They were saying that they were going to sign Ryan Arcidiacono to that. That would be a little bit too much a little bit too much buddy system. But he did not take the full MLE, but he does have his friends Josh Hart to thank for. Obviously, Obi Toppin also helps him out. They're able to sign him to the MLE and stay underneath the luxury tax. I believe the Knicks the payroll would be around 161 this year. The first tax is around 165, and then the luxury tax line is 165. The first apron's at like 172. They still have the biannual to spend on, which is around 4.5. I think they have to shave off a little bit more so they can use that biannual. Once you use biannual, though, you are hard cap at that first apron, $172 million. But and even if you shave off salary, if you use a biennial, you'll still be hard capped at 172. So, but there is space for another player to bring onto this team at that biennial. But everything about Dante DiVincenzo, I like the signing. People talking about he's going to be the small ball forward. No, that's not the case. He's too small to play the damn forward. It's going to be RJ, probably going to play the backup four offensively, or Sims. But everything about Dante DiVincenzo just screams high floor type of guy, fits a role, interchangeable guard. And it also says to me, like Jay Boogie, we said earlier today, guys are out, man. They're moving on from certain guys. Like I said, this team is going to be, or the modern NBA team is going to be 2 stars, depth around those guys, and whichever young players you have that you drafted to kind of develop behind those guys. And Dante DiVincenzo and Josh Hart are going to be part of that depth. These are guys that can come in. They're going to give you the knockdown shots. They may not have the 30, 40 point a night type of games or what you may have hoped for from RJ Barrett. Not saying he was giving you that, but it's something some people hope for. But you hope for RJ be the number 1 guy or number 2 guys at certain times throughout his tenure here with the Knicks. Dante DiVincenzo is not going to give you that. He's going to give you solid role play, be able to operate the pick and roll, shoot shots, rhythm play. Something that my brother, Greg Castillo, suits to him. Please subscribe to him on Spurs vs. Everybody. Had the perfect term for him. Some that we talked about here before. A rhythm shooter, a guy that when you have the gravity player like a Jalen Brunson operating off the pick and roll, attacking to the basket, a guy like DiVincenzo who could shift around and move to get open for the shot off the wing, slide from the corner to the wing to hit those shots in movement. Right in the flow of an offense, can move well off the ball. Something that Josh Hart could do really well. So Tom Thibodeau is a profile of guys they want. Oh, by the way, Tom Thibodeau mentioned that DiVincenzo, or not mentioned, but it was brought up that DiVincenzo was a guy that Tom Thibodeau was very interested in back in 2018. Wanted to draft him for the Minnesota Timberwolves, but couldn't get him. Thank God, Tom Thibodeau's still not in love with Chris Dunn, because that would have been scary. But even though Chris Dunn actually had a resurgent year last year, but DiVincenzo just fits what this Knicks.
Got a super chat coming, man.
Oh, super chat. Hold on. Let me ace into the building. But Jay Boogie told me DiVincenzo, man. This will be last topic for the night. I want to keep you guys here too long, but let me get to super chat real quick. I appreciate who just sent that. I don't say. Oh, Paris Zucker, thank you for the $2 super chat. He says nothing. Thank you for the $2 super chat, but he says 1 cent. Yo, y'all bugging, man. He said 1 cent off for Obi. All right, man. He's gone, man. We don't gotta kill him too much, but yeah.
Yes, he is gone. He's gone.
I'm gonna get to your hating ass in a little bit, but let me get Jay Boogie real quick about Dante DiVincenzo. You could chime in as well too, Ace. About the signing. Give me your thoughts about it, how you think he's gonna fit this team, and who do you guys think? Now we talk about Josh Hart. I think RJ Barrett is gonna be the odd man out. Dante DiVincenzo coming in. That could be IQ. That could be Grimes. And not to say they're just going to throw them off, but a guy that'll be, included in the trade that may not be a long-term stay here for the Knicks with Dante's arrival here. Tell me about how your initial feelings and who you think will be the odd man out with Dante DiVincenzo here.
Off rip, off top, however y'all may feel. If it's me, I'm on this squad. Grimes, get to the bench. I'm putting Dante as my new starting guard. Off top, off rip. He's a professional adult. You know what I'm saying? One, he got chemistry with Brunson. 2 is he's championship bound. 3, he comes from another organization that showed him how to shoot even better and play better basketball. He's going from Milwaukee to the Golden State. We got a professional adult on this team, and we stole him with this money. So what I mean by that is, okay, Grimes is 23. Dante is 26. There's pretty much not too much of a difference. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the league a little bit longer. He has championship DNA, and he's a good guy. The thing is, I'm not going to give Grimes a chance to prove that he's going to make more money than him when this guy can do everything what Grimes can do, if not more. So you know what I'm saying? It's a steal to have him at 12.5. If he pops, he's easily 18 points per game. 18-point game per game as a starter with us. The difference between him and Grimes, and maybe Grimes will work on this during, this workout season. You can either get shots or take shots, or you could do both. And Grimes is not Grimes is the type guy that gets shots, but Grimes is not the guy that takes shots. Like when I catch the ball and my jump shot ain't there, still move. I ain't pass the ball. I'm getting ready to cook. He's not one of them type guys that's just going to cook. He's one of them type guys that, you know what I'm saying, that's going to catch and shoot if it's open, or he's going to catch, pump fake, and drive by. He's going to do one of those things, or he's going to pass the ball back and he's going to reset somewhere on the other court. But Dante is one of them guys. He's going to do all three of those things, but I can, you know what I'm saying, I can shoot off the dribble. I can drive off the dribble. And I'm 80-something% at the line, you know what I'm saying? And my name and my percentage and my championship DNA is going to allow you to respect me a whole lot more than what they're going to respect from Grimes. So right now, I think Grimes might be the odd man out right here right now because it's so many things that he can't do what Dante can't do right now. Not saying that he won't later on in his career be able to do those things, but right now at this moment, and I've been watching a whole lot of movies, and one of my favorite lines is from Heat. And when Al Pacino was inside that garage, and he said, "Give me what you got. Don't waste my motherfucking time. Don't waste my motherfucking time." So what I'm saying by that, Jalen Brunson is on an easy man contract. We're not going to play with this man. He got 2 years left was to do what we got to do before he said, "Yo, I need that big thing," because they just gave that big thing over there to Indiana guard at $260 million. You know, he can get for 5 years. They gave somebody else, I think, $207 million. They gave Bain all this money, but Brunson right now is a leader in the biggest, most marketing franchise it is in the league right now, and he stepped up to the plate, you know what I'm saying, in a basketball game. You ever seen a diamond field inside a gym? That's what he's doing. He's at a diamond field. He stepped up to the plate and handling all his business, and he got his homies with him, man. So right now I'm looking to do something with Grimes, you know, and everybody else better be on alert, you know. And IQ, calm down a little bit. Be cool. Don't be so much in a rush because you see what Philly just told your man, and your man is better than you. Yo, we're not going to pay you right now, Maxie. Right. Hold up. We're not paying you right now. Hold up. Let me say, hold up. You know, so let me do some more with that bread. So IQ, hold up. Your man ain't get paid. Hold up. You can't get paid, man. Hold up, man. We got things we got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't like what happened in the play. We got to figure out some things, man. Hold up, man. We're going to get to you later on in the season. And that extra money, I'm mad. They could have got Jeff Green with that 4 point something million. We could have went. Jeff Green would have been major for our team, man. Them the small little signings right there. Then you would have had somebody that could have grabbed our man Julius, grabbed by the 60 gun. Come here, son. Listen, man. When I was telling Aaron Gordon over there in the gun, he listen to me, son. We don't have them type players on our bench that can talk and communicate. And we don't have them in the coaching staffs. We don't have nobody talking. You ain't talking about Johnny, you want to go to somebody's house during the off season, you know what I'm saying? And then not talk to them during the game. Not during the time of yell speak. Listen, man, tighten up, man. We need to get this thing right. right, man.
No, Jay Boogie, you brought up something vital. We cannot waste the Jalen Brunson years, bro.
No.
So these kids, look, I like the kids on this team. You got this is not the Fizzo years where we could sit back, and even back then, because we were like, oh, give these kids time. Look, I don't know where most of y'all people, how y'all grew up, bro. Like I said, man, I learned all my temperament in sports from Coach Smitty, rest in peace, Bonnie's baseball. This dude was a Vietnam vet, had a tumor in his back, smoked 30 billion cigarettes every day, called us every negative word out the book. And we were in pony tournaments, we were in federation tournaments. Bruh, I'm a negative reinforcement guy. I'm a type of dude that I'm looking at it and like, I don't care how well I'm doing. I always feel like I could get fired. I could get moved on from any day. And that's how I look at these kids. Like people, oh, no, give the kid. These kids don't have time. There's somebody right now that wants to take your soul. That's in JUCO, college, G League. Someone just, bro. These kids do not have time. So when I look at IQ struggling in the playoffs, that's a black mark. That means, yeah, we can move on from you. Grimes, oh, you struggle? Oh, okay, we keep expecting you to be this knockdown hitter, blah, blah, blah. Let's be honest. Is he that type of dude? Nope. Not, at least not yet. Not to say he can't do it. But if I have in a press situation, can I depend on Grimes? If I'm playing against if I'm playing the finals, can I look up there and say, yo, Grimes is gonna be my knockdown shooter in the playoffs? And I like Grimes, but he's not there yet. So I'm just saying, man, the clock is ticking for these young guys. Even RJ Barrett. I'm already resigned to the fact RJ Barrett's gonna get traded. I'm not disillusioned whatsoever. When you start to get guys that you asking RJ to do certain things, he hasn't really done them consistently, and then you sign the guy or opt in the guy and give him the sweetheart deal. Because let's be honest, Leon Rose or these guys, they're gonna extend Josh Hart. They say, yo, Josh, do us a solid. We need you. Because that's how they operate off the mafia thing. I find it really difficult to believe that they would screw over Josh Hart unless he gets like injured or something really weird happens and they just don't resign him. So RJ's gone. I'm already resigned to that. So
what 50 tell camera? He's gone. He's gone.
We're in Shabakatas. That was a underrated beef they had. Your man put out Curtis.
The 40 cal hit your leg. Go ahead and walk it out. I see it clearly. You trying to sabotage Jimmy.
So done.
Nah, that was I miss those, man. Suits of Karen, Suits of 50 Cent. But you hit the nail on the head, man. You cannot waste these years because, again, you don't know if Brunson's going to resign. Now, like you said, you hope that he's your number one guy, that he's the guy, he's going to be your one star. But you're going to have to – we have to start transitioning from shaping out a competent team to shaping out a championship team. And sometimes you got to shave off some of these kids, man. They ain't really moving up there.
Be over there with you or something?
You got to start shaping out the championship team.
Can't say that again, man.
You want the big bright lights, man. You want the big fights. You want MSG rocking again. You want freaking Mark Messier and all them types to be at the MSG showing off their Stanley Cups. And, oh, yeah, we made it. And they're looking at Ewing and Oakley and Starks like, all right, y'all going to get yours? And we never got ours, man. I still won a championship from 94. Do y'all understand? Yo, bro, man. I'm not getting to this, but let me get to Ace, man. Talk to my Dante DiVincenzo, bro. I don't want to reminisce about talk about Dante DiVincenzo, man. Starks goes.
Well, actually, all right. First, salute to J Boogie.
What up,
the
man?
Closer. Yes, all day, every day. And thank you for putting up the family photo. I don't think J Boogie seen the family photo that you put up.
First of all, the dimensions are so bad that
the family photo that I sent Gmo earlier today.
Man,
that's his son. It's his son, bro. There's no denying. The Maury show will let you know what time it is. But other than that, I agree with J Boogie right off the rip with DiVincenzo. Like, I believe that he is going to be in the starting lineup. It makes perfect sense, though. Like, you don't put so much more pressure on Grimes. Let him go ahead and develop slowly. He's a great defensive player, and that's just one guy coming off the bench with IQ and Josh Hart. They could kill. They could actually kill. You know what I mean? They're fast. They play defense. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that could be a nice little squad coming off the bench, bro. And I'm just only saying those three. I ain't even mentioned Hartenstein. You know what I mean? Like, and what power forward we're gonna use, it doesn't even matter. We already have four guys that we are accustomed to that knows how to actually play ball with one another. So that's great, right off the rip. DiVincenzo, he's gonna shoot, and he's gonna shoot lights out. He's not gonna be timid. Oh, you pass me the rock. Oh, it's going up. That's how you're supposed to do it. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Grimes. You know what? I understand. I respect Grimes. He wants to pass it. Even Julius last year was yelling at him, shoot the ball. If I'm passing to you, shoot the ball. Don't drive. If you don't have an open lane, don't drive and try to go kick it out. Just shoot the ball. You're open, bro. So I think just him alone, we already changed the dynamic of the team. Because obviously, you know what, winning pedigree, man. You seen how seamlessly Josh Hart worked with Jalen Brunson? What makes you think of DiVincenzo and they was roommates that they're not on the same type of wavelength? You know what I mean? They don't have to say anything. That's the best player to play with. That you don't have to say anything. They already know what you're about to do. Mm-hmm. So, we're going to start cooking. We wanted shooting. We got shooting. We need some more shooting. You know what I mean? We need a nice wing. We need a nice power forward to back up Juju. You know what I mean? And everybody stop Yo, that's my son. Don't nobody get on my son, man. That's my son, bro. Regardless of the fact Julius made us relevant, I don't want to hear nothing because for what? How many years? What? 2 playoffs within 3 years? Like, come on, bro. Can't
Yo, look,
can't get mad at that, bro.
your son about to be out.
RJ, I agree with Gmo. RJ up out of here.
Yeah.
I believe so. Like I'm not trying to hate on your son, bro. Your adopted son, not your real son, but your adopted son. I'm not trying to hate on him like that, but he gonna be out of here because nobody wants to wait till the second half for him to start getting traction and start getting cooking. He waited till the playoffs last year. I understand that, you know what, everybody works to the playoffs, but come on, the majority of the whole year, bro. Like, come on. So we need something. We need to have everything start clicking on all cylinders from Jump Street, at least according to within the first 10 or 20 games, at least. So yeah, I think he's out of here. You know what I mean? He probably go to Canada, get OG, you know, something like that. You know, something like, you know what I mean? Send him home. You know what I mean? Send him home.
Wait, someone said.
But other than that,
it's not me coming at you, Jason. Oh my bad, Ace. I thought you stopped talking. My bad, Ace. Go ahead.
no. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, I just feel like DiVincenzo is going to do his thing, and you already know how I feel about Obi, so I'm good. I'm so good.
I didn't mean to cut you. I don't know why I couldn't hear you, but Jason says Dante on a new team every 6 months. Dude is not the one. It's not to say he's a one, but also Dante was hurt with the Kings, so he was basically done with the Kings. He played on the Bucks. I mean, he wasn't a fire star on the Bucks, but again, he found his way with the Warriors, and that happens with several guys in the NBA. When you find your way as you move on from team to team, you find your role in the NBA, and that's perfectly fine. No one's saying that he's the one, but again, you need guys who can do certain things. Look, you don't have to have this. You don't have to have 3 number ones on a team. Look how well that's turned out for all these so-called super teams who've tried that track. It don't work. You need guys who can fit a certain role. And what we needed, I think we're the worst shooting 3-point team in the playoffs, and I think we had the worst field goal percentage as well too. You can't survive in the playoffs with Brunson being your only competent scorer, and an RJ in many regards too. But the last game, RJ itched the bed. You can't have that, bro. You need guys who could give you some. I just need somebody to give me some knockdown shots. We had some knockdown shots. Maybe beat the Heat. Give me an average IQ. Give me an average Grimes. And again, these guys are younger players. I'm not itching because they're young, but this team is trying to move quick. Look, if we get that, if that second star comes, bro, everybody not named Brunson, that seat is warm and it's hot. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. So all these young kids, I'm hoping like Grimes goes to the bench, could be good on the bench, but he has to look at like, look, I gotta eat. So when I come into the game, I gotta hit these shots. Whatever I gotta do this summer to get myself in the best of shape, best of conditioning. Make sure that stop taking these awful contested catch and shoots, Grimes. Hit your shots in rhythm. Whatever I got to do to make it so that the decision's hard for them to move on from me, let it go to the next guy. Let that other guy take the short straw. Same thing with IQ. Same thing with RJ Barrett. RJ, I don't know what you're going to be, if you're going to be playing for Team Canada or whatever. Bro, the clock has been ticked. It's just they forgetting to pick up to pick up the freaking the food in the microwave. They come back tomorrow morning. Crap! I love macaroni and cheese. Oh, I'm eating this. RJ, you about to be out, so you got to step up. Everything Josh Hart is doing, you need to be doing as well too. Rebounding, defending well. If you're not hitting your shots, attacking the basket. I'm just saying, man. I'm not trying to kill these guys, man, but I see the writing on the wall, bro. And like I said, man, RJ Barrett's my son. I like IQ a lot. IQ too, bro. What you doing in the playoffs? Trying to jack up shots? Like this is Freaknik. Like what are you doing, bro?
We were the best at missing wide open shots.
Wide open.
I never heard of that stat. I'm gonna say it again. We was the best at missing wide open shots. The rim was like an Oreo cookie we were shooting at. Never going in. Ever.
Yeah, but the thing that's killing me, he wants $100 million. He want $100 million, and you didn't even perform well. Like, bro, for real?
You know, I thought that, you know, I thought it would have been good for us once Van Fleet had left and he, you know, went and got his bread, if we'd have got on that phone and called straight to Toronto and been like, yo, we got Q for you. Let us get OG. We got IQ. and a first round pick because they needed a point guard. That would have that would have fitted us so much because one, it would have gave you a chance to go ahead and give him a contract. And OG is only 17 million this year. So if we could have got him, we could have made that deal, I thought that would have been something cool. I would have done that then. You know what I'm saying? Because all that money they was asking for OG and all that now, that's out the window. They're not even getting that. So ain't no need for you to play Russian roulette with yourself and just try to keep him. When the guy say he wants to be more part, he want to be more something and have a bigger role, and with the offense. So if he's not comfortable there, you might as well go ahead, and do something with him, man. But man, I thought that would have been a good thing, but then they went and signed Schroeder because we were slow to the trigger, about what we're doing. But I'm okay. You don't do nothing right here, right now. I know. So far, Leon Rose has been stinging it at the trade deadline, halfway mark of the season. And I believe we're going to see what we got going on right here, but I believe we really want to be in position to swing for something, at the halfway mark, the trade deadline this year. We don't.
I believe the same thing. I believe slow and steady wins the race, man. I think it's just, waiting towards the deadline to go ahead and make a nice trade. Everybody's worried about doing it now. Everything looks good. Everything look good right now. Everybody, why the Knicks ain't doing this, that, and the third? Relax. We've been on a good pace right now. We're a lot further than we thought we was going to be. And with Brunson popping the way how he has, we're on a great pace, man. Mm-hmm. Our trajectory is great. So it's why go ahead and mess with a good thing? Let him do his thing. Calm down, relax, understand that, this is chess, not checkers. Simple as that.
And I'll say to that point, not say, again, I'm not the biggest fan of Leon Rose. I give him his credit where it's due. But the last time the paper champs actually won the real championship was the KD era in Golden State. The top early season favorites have not been winning. So again, in terms of I've seen people complain they got Dame, we didn't get Dame. I'm like, you wanted to trade for Dame $50 million, a $50 million contract, and the Blazers want a bunch of picks. The Blazers came out yesterday I don't give a damn about him going to the Heat. He's open to everybody. If you want to trade for him, we got such and such, and they want picks, they want players. So this whole idea that the Knicks got to trade for this star and this star. Look, stars are moving around the league, and they're not winning. They're moving around the league and not winning. So I'm not saying sit here and sit on your hands and whatnot, but we're incrementally building, and we're probably one of the top so-called teams in the East that we really haven't dismantled or changed the face of our team, right? The Heat's that team is a different team. Granted, they got through the play-in, which is a very underrated feat in itself. But the 76ers
that was a fluke, bro. It was a real fluke, bro.
And we're still here, right? So the 76ers are changing. The only team you probably say is the Bucks, right? The Nets, they changed mid-season. No one knows what the hell they're going to be, but they're not going to be as scary as what they were with the KD Kyrie combo a few years ago. So to me, I just look at the Knicks. Okay, we're incrementally getting better. You build with the framework of Brunson being your star guy. You got guys who can do certain things on the floor in terms of hitting the shots, rebounding, defending at a certain level, and then you build from there. You don't have to go out there and try to splash for a star just because they're going there and going there. Okay, Bradley Beal went to the Suns, and if the Suns are not in the finals in a Game 7 at the very least, you can call that a failure, right? You got Booker, you got KD, you got Beal, you got all these players. You still got Ayton. Well, wait, did Ayton get traded? No, Ayton's still there, right?
He's still there.
Yeah, Ayton is still there. He's still there.
Content Ayton who don't even want to come into the games because he's mad that he was mad at Monty Williams. Now hopefully he gets his way and he gets more touches. So you have to give him more touches because that's what he got into issue with Monty Williams. And then you got Beal, and then you got KD. By the way, don't be surprised. Booker's another name that 2025-26. He might be a little disillusioned with the Suns for all them years, all them coaches he's been through, all the pain and suffering. I'm just saying. So I'm just saying with the Knicks, I agree with you guys. You build incrementally. I'm not sure. I mean, outside using the biennial, I'm not sure there's anything else they're going to do this summer. Give me your final thoughts on that so we can head up out of here. What do you expect for the season? Do you think anything else happens this offseason? I know Jay Boogie said next season, so maybe Ace could speak on it. Do you expect anything else to happen this offseason? I know you just mentioned Torrey Craig. Anybody else in mind? Do you see? I know Pascal's another name that's been on the trade block as well too, allegedly. OG I like. He just misses too many games. And you did mention, yes, the price has gone down. I'm actually not sure what they want because remember OG was complaining about getting the ball last year and wants to be the focal point. Fervently not being there maybe alleviates a little bit. You still have Pascal there, so I'm not sure. But just give me your overall thoughts on what do you expect the Knicks to do this offseason. What do you expect maybe for the summer league? I know we don't have any top stars, but just give me your overall thoughts on what you expect for the Knicks for the rest of the summer.
I think it's gonna be real quiet, bro. I don't think there's gonna be any big splashes. I'm saying we made the DiVincenzo a move or whatnot, and more or less we'll probably just try to aim for a small forward. But other than that, I don't think we worried about any power forwards because I think they're gonna use Obi brother, which is funny as hell to me.
Oh, by the way, real quick, Ace, real quick on that. Suits my brother Nick. Me and Nick were talking about. We were like, yo, he might be better than his brother. He might be better than his brother, yo. But go, he might be more useful.
You could drive. No. I'm gonna add on to that. If his brother can actually drive, he actually has handle, and he's aggressive, taking it to the rack. If he's even aggressive, that makes him a better player than Obi. Because Obi is not aggressive player at all. Got all those bunnies for what? You won't try to dunk on nobody. Nobody's fearing you at all because they know you softer than Q-tip cotton. Cut that out, bro. Hopefully his brother could rebound. Like, if you're aggressive, that means you rebound. You could dunk on people. You know what I mean? Like, you're a threat. Obi is not a threat, so I'm glad he's up out of here. So I'm sorry, I had to say that right now. I'm glad he's up out of here. Go to Indiana. Let's see how you're gonna play with those guys. Because you know what? He got to play in back of a couple of guys as it is anyway. So I don't mean he's gonna get burned anyway.
That's true.
So good luck with that, huh?
No, I'm saying that's true. I agree with you. Yeah, he got some competition. You gotta look, like I said, man. If you're not a knockdown shooter, but if you're not hitting your threes as a big who is not a good rebound defender, you're not a driver, bruh. And let me give credit to Coach Colorblocks. He said this years ago. Obi is a swing four. He's a tweener. His only saving grace is he has to hit the 3-point shot. I agree with you, and it's coming to rear its ugly head. So, y'all Knicks fans on Twitter, YouTube, social media, y'all think that Obi, we held him back. We will see if that 3-point shot does not improve. Carlisle's not going to sit there and try to force this guy as a round peg into a square hole for that offense. You got to be able to hit the shots. The fast break stuff is cool, but remember, they were the number one fast break team last year. So he'll fit in there, but it's not as if he's going to move the needle per se to make them any better. And also, too, one of the things that actually hurt them, they're one of the worst defensive teams. And Obi's not a good defender. So we definitely say, I don't want to kill the kid too much, man. He's been killed enough here. He's not even here no more. It is what it is. But Jay Boogie, thoughts on the rest of the summer, sir? I know you talked about a little bit. You don't think you're not expecting anything to really happen for the rest of the summer. But if there's,
I need Julius, you know what I'm saying, to pay attention and do a lot of on film watching, like he said in that podcast with Paul George. You know what I'm saying? I never watched film pretty much in the off season, and he commended Paul George for getting him to be able, when the season is over, get back to working out. Because Paul George said, when you finish the season, if you want to stay in shape, you need to continue on working out. And that rubbed on to Julius. So Julius said that. So, but now that because he got the foot injury, it allowed him to be able to sit down and watch footage of the game. See how, things you was doing wrong. See what you could change as far as, you and make yourself a better player amongst the team. Because we already know, you can score. We already know that, use a double-double. But, it's some things that you can critique to make it better for you, and it's going to make it better for the team, you know what I'm saying? So, and then that was the first year him and Brunson together. So they're going to get better, you know what I'm saying? I look for us to just come, heal up, rest up, you know what I'm saying? Josh and Brunson, get back from where y'all at, you know what I'm saying, in the fever, get back healthy, you know what I'm saying, and let's get back, you know what I'm saying, to playing winning basketball come 20, you know what I'm saying, 23, 24. Continue on winning the series that we supposed to win. You know the teams you're supposed to beat. You're supposed to win those series in the regular season. And continue on making sure that we amongst, you know, that top catalog for us in the East. Because I don't care. They can go to Miami.
Yep.
That's going to set them back for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? You think that on player option 26, 27, 63 million, he opted out of that? You wilding. He's going to be about 36, 37 years old. So, you know, you got to look at they don't lost their starting backcourt. You know what I'm saying? They talking about Duncan going. They talking about Hero going. That's 4 major players on that roster, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, they're not going to have on that team. I don't care about Boston. You can go over there and snuff Tatum in his face right now. Come here, you pretty dude. Your little pit bull ain't here no more. And they ain't bringing back Bryant. You know, they soft over there. I don't care about Philly no more. You know what I'm saying? Because Maxey get ready to be mad. What you mean you ain't going to give me no contract extension? And James Harden already said, yo, I'm opting in. I'm tearing up the money, and I want up out of here. MD, yo, come from over there at your crib. I know you at your crib, you know, at your home. Come on back and tell them you want up out of there. Because we're sitting over here with all these things that can bring you back over here to go with the rest of these things, man. Then I'm ready for the 23-24 season, man. I got some new heat too, man, but I ain't letting it go for a minute, man.
Let's get it, man. I was just about to play. By the way, Jay Boogie, I got mad at Jay Boogie yesterday, man, because, you know, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying, man? We obviously heard Jay Boogie at MSG Game 5 Cavaliers, but this dude got his whole thing on MSG too, bro. Oh, excuse me, not MSG, on the Knicks site, the New York Knicks YouTube site. And I'm like, yo, you can't even tell me. By the way, thank you for that super chat. Paris Duggar says, broke up the brand of brothers 1 cent off for Obi Toppin. I appreciate that, bro. But Jay Boogie told me that he had heat on the official Knicks. Yeah, man, Jay Boogie. See, this is.
Hold on. See. This is where we go south. You know what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to be down south. But this is where we go, you know what I'm saying, all the way overboard in the ocean. Jump off the boat, you know what I'm saying? Because me and you was at Game 4 together.
Game 5.
And I told you. They might play it, they might not play it. But then they played it. And I tapped you on your shoulder. I said, yo, there you go. You watched the video.
I videotaped you, but I'm saying they have you on the. Hold on, let me play your thing real quick. Hold on. Why is this not playing the volume? Come on, man. Computer.
Now. You see our squad? Yep. They fear us now. What?
It's a YouTube show. Hold on, let me send this.
New York, we here. They're gonna team. They're gonna team. That hard work really paying off for this squad now. We all in, all one. New York forever, yeah. Best fans and we stay rocking in Madison Square Garden. Stand up, you feeling proud. The winning season is on now. Big lights, New York Knicks team. Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens. Can't forget BX is thorough. Staten Island, that's 5 boroughs. One team we playing for. Look at the season, they can't ignore it. Celebrity Row, we got stars for it. Big plays and our crowds on roll. Yo! City and a team, we always stand together. That teamwork for these players, bring a different effort for that orange and blue. We all in, all one. New York forever.
Son, I have the video too. I posted on Twitter when we were at the game, but I didn't know at New York Knicks site on YouTube actually had it here, bro. So it is what it is, man. You know, Jay Boogie.
Hey, yo, Spider was like this. Yeah. Nah, you really need to dig. You know, you should have been over here.
Yeah, chill. I feel so bad for Spider. Chill, man. I bet you, let me chill. Spider, if you're watching, you're probably not, but if this gets out to you in the ether, I would love to have you. Just talk Jay Boogie. We just talk Mets. We can talk Knicks. You're like extended family. So every anytime I'm gonna come on, all you gotta do, just put Jay Boogie's video on, your social media. Throw it out. Not that he's Knicks. Just, you like rap, Just extend it in. You know what I'm saying? We know you're extended film. We got love for you, Spider. We know you should have been here. We know you want to be here. Let me just say it real quick. I appreciate you for actually want to be on the Knicks. A star player like you actually wants to be here. That's love. And the fact that we may never get you.
Still got time.
You said what?
He still got time. Don't worry. He ain't gonna stay keeping that long.
They say he don't like me. He looking to holler at me because he don't like, you know, on the joint breaking news that I took a shot at him. You know what I'm saying? I took a small shot at him. You know what I'm saying? He don't like that, man. When I tell him if it ain't the Michael J. Fox playing the role of the Spider-Man, I'm taking 2 out of 3 games in Cleveland. He ain't like that.
You know what though? He was probably rooting for us to take 2 out of 3 in Cleveland too. He's like, man, just get me that hell out of here. Why am I here? You know what I'm saying? So Spider is all love, man. J Boogie, you bob me your head to J Boogie's song, man. We know you like the vibes, man. Don't try to play stupid now. But guys, I appreciate you guys being here, man. J Boogie, my guy, Ace of Kings, violent as always. Your son's getting trained anyway. But I appreciate you guys being here, man. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll try to have something before the Summer League starts. Again, I'll be out there in Vegas. And I got a hotspot, so when I'm doing the internet over there, it actually works because the internet at the place I was, and I'll be there again.
It's trash.
Garbage. I don't know what the hell that was. So I got a hotspot, and we'll definitely be covering not just the Knicks game, but covering some other process because the games are really easy to watch. Very just walk around. There's 2 stadiums. You can just walk around. They got some good alcoholic coffee there too. So if you go to one of the early games, you know, you get lit and alive at the same time. Anyway, why am I telling you guys that?
You going?
Yeah, I'm going there, man.
Man, congratulations, man. I'm happy for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been telling you, man, get out there, man. Get out there and get to these games, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you play a big major part in our community, you know what I'm saying? With your show and everything that you bring, you know what I'm saying, to the format. You deserve to have that on sight, that on eyes, you know what I'm saying, vision about what's going on, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, yo, shout out to the Legion and his whole network going out there to Summer League, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do, man. Hey, Ace, I don't think you know. Did you know he played it, you know what I'm saying? Respect Life?
Yo, all right. So, guys, I appreciate
you ain't know that?
J Boogie ain't ish. He used the most nerdy looking dude with the freaking Yo, son, your man J Boogie is funny, son.
No, that's him, man. Don't man, that's him, man.
So I'm him. I'm Respect Life. I'm this dude as well too. Macau Bridges. I'm everybody who looks nerdy and corny. I'm all these guys, man. So F all y'all, man. But I will talk to y'all later. By the way, I appreciate you guys.
Yo, that's his son right there, bro.
That's his son.
That joint. That's his son right there.
I'm gonna ignore these guys. I appreciate all these guys. So they just picked the most nerdiest looking dudes, the corniest freaking BET Sunday movie special looking dudes, man. F all y'all, son. But I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
I got 100.
And I need Nick basketball. See, I've been growing my hair till we play some more basketball. You know what I'm saying? But you know, one thing about it, I could grow that middle. I ain't got no LeBron James right there. You know what I'm saying? I could grow hair. You know what I'm saying? So until we play basketball, I'm letting this thing wolf out, man.
Yo, this guy, all right, we out of here, man. These guys is bugging. On that note, peace out, J Boogie. Peace out, Ace. I'll talk to you guys later as we head out. About to play my guy, J Boogie, as always. Absolute beast, man. Root for my guy, J Boogie, all the time, man. Absolute spitter. Yo, MSG, stop playing around with J Boogie. Stop playing around. You blessed him this year. We need it again.
The ball is about to drop, so I need this from the top. Happy New Year! Run! You don't like what the Knicks doing? So what? Your hard D that's paying off. Run! Look how the squad they play together. Run! You see the total our opponent scored. Run! You don't know this is a new team. That new squad. I'm in the Mars with a dream team. Real low. Even if I ain't told you. I'm better known as the closer. How many games don't matter? Tell them we on the run. At the crib on the road, this I am one. I'm CT with the flow, that mean the Knicks buzzing. A little bit more motion, backdoor cutting. They ain't feeling what we doing, so I'ma spaz on them. I'm like Mitch on the board, I clean the glass on them. I can look at the sheet and see the player hate. I told Ghost I'm different with the player rate. If you ain't playing with our style and what Tom chasing, I take the 9 Donte Barrett, that's for the rotation. Everybody got something to say what Tom doing. All I care about wins and what the run doing. Even if the next game we take a L, this that smell the kids blowing the stairwell. I'm still trying to spin off the street wells, then backslide like Michael Ford and Rockwell. I'm on one, I'm bringing back the blue love. I told Nas my Nick disease and feed the buzz. In February I'm dropping with the new year. 3 capital S's, I'm going here from this year. I'm going here from this year. So long here to this year. Shout out to all the podcasts that have been working hard in the year 2022. The Knick Fan TV, the Florence Tears. Gotta have for love of the game. NBK, nothing but Knicks. Dope Soul. Can't forget the Legion. Gamble, that's his squad. The streets is buzzing. CT in Australia. Brazil, we out there too. We doing it all in the nick of time. Cause we some diehard Knicks. You feel that sports vibe all day, every day. Ron told us we still Knicks. We ain't falling off. All the way to LA with CK2K. We everywhere. And even if we get a couple of scars, they only nicks and bruises in the morning. Fall up in D's World of Hoops. All the way to Chad Sports in Houston.
Even if we just get it, you guys are doing the Lord's work for the Knicks. A lot of angles we can cover, man. So see everybody. Guys, on that note, man, peace, salute, God bless. We are out. Talk to you guys later. Peace.